The Comedy Store would like you to know that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are strictly those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by the Comedy Store and its affiliates.
Good. We are rolling.
Dude, I love
son of a
that.
bitch.
Hopefully by
Come
then
on.
it'll be a memorial for Argus.
Argus
Too
has
far?
been dead for 15 years. What's wrong with you, Rick?
I want to run him out of one more Comedy Store event like I did at Sammy Shore's
Oh, that was
90th birthday,
brilliant.
whatever
Like,
it was.
Here's the thing. Steph, I'm excited you're here. You're a brand new paid regular.
That's right.
I don't know if you know any of the psychotic history of the Comedy Store, but it is...
I don't know that much.
Yeah.
It is a
I truly don't know
bizarro
what-
world.
The building is haunted, but only with the horrible things that happened to people here.
And most of them were done by Rick and I.
Well,
which
that's-
is why we get
it's also
to
true.
host the Comedy Store.
That's why we're
podcast.
making $400 every 10 years doing this
Dude,
thing.
killing it, killing it. But congratulations.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
You're
you'll
the
be-
first new paid regular that we've interviewed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We only have 11
we had
more.
we had a strict banning of all new paid regulars.
Did we? Who got? Oh, because of.
We didn't really.
Oh, I like
I'm just
that.
trying to be mean.
What
I
was
want
the
people
one
to
that
think
took
I'm a
his
tough
clothes
guy.
off?
Yeah.
What was the kid? He was funny.
Jonathan Gossick?
No.
That's the only one I know.
That was a throwback.
That's a different story. Yeah.
Oh God, what was his name? He looked like a comic from the 70s. He moved to Austin.
Joe Rogan.
Yes.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Joe Rogan. That's it. No, what the hell's his name? He was a door guy. And he came down. He just got passed, and we had him on. And the whole podcast, he just took his clothes off. He kept taking his clothes off. I can't think of his
Was it
fucking
a
name.
hot day or something?
Look, if you move, we forget you.
Yeah,
So, sorry, buddy.
I vaguely remember
God
someone
damn it.
taking
you
clothes
know what
off.
I'm talking
but
about. He had the 70s hair. He was kind of like balding, but kept it and then he finally shaved it.
God, that
God
sounds good.
damn.
Oh, wow. Memorable guy.
Yeah, great
Sorry,
comic.
buddy.
Yeah, great comic.
It's going to come to me in the middle because I'm elderly, and I'm going to be like, "Meh, meh,"
And we're
you're
gonna be
go,
looking at
"What
you
the
like,
fuck?
oh, the naked
What, you got
guy.
retarded comic Tourette's? Yes.
How long were you trying to get in here?
See, I don't want to answer that because I feel
Why?
No, I don't know because I feel like people are gonna get back because I wasn't one of those people that did it for 100 years.
Okay.
What do you mean comedy?
I will say no, I've been doing comedy. This is my 20th year. I will say,
Me too.
yes. So I'm not a fucking newbie before everyone gets fucking mad at me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
that's
want
why
you to
like
punch the camera.
I'm 20 years. This year is my 20th year of
Holy
comedy. I started when I
shit.
was 18 years old.
Nice.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I've been doing it for a long fucking time. I got put on development with Adam literally right before the pandemic. So I did one show in the belly room,
Damn.
ate shit. That was it. Everything was shut down.
And after that, they were like, we
You
should get a
started the
pandemic going.
pandemic.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. My
Damn
bomb
it.
started the pandemic.
Damn it.
And then I called back in after the pandemic. Well, so before that, Emily had seen me I did like a half hour for Epics during the pandemic, which was a
Oh, I remember that.
yeah. Don't watch it.
You
Don't
said
watch
that.
it.
And I was like, why?
No, it was, it's pandemic material that you've done to nobody. And then you're outside in the middle of this weird golf course in Burbank, and there's people spread out in masks. And then you find out after that they were all extras, like actor extras, and they all didn't get drinks. I'm like, I'm not funny unless people are half in the bag. Like, there's stone sober guy in a suit alone. I'm like, that guy's not didn't find funny at all. So it's very
Really? Because Rick and I do churches,
I'm-
and they are so
Chi-
there.
chicken. Church is chicken. I did one time where I performed for like a paid audience or whatever. I did crowd warm up for one of Eliza's 7,000 pilots that she was granted, and so she asked me to do it. I'm like, sure, and she's like, should be fun. Crowd will be fun. It'll be comedy fans. I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. And so I go and I do it, and it's like, the whole studio had to be maybe 2 times as big as this room, and they just had like maybe 15 paid audience people in there. And I'm like trying to connect with them. They're all looking at me like,
And it's all,
motherfucker, I'm getting paid $80.
I don't care.
Please don't talk to
It
me.
doesn't matter.
please
Yeah.
don't humiliate me.
Just don't pretend we're not here. And I just I'd go for like 5 minutes, and I'd be like, okay, it's time for the next bit. Can you guys clap? And they're like,
I really don't
like,
want to.
oh. But it
I would have
turned
paid
out,
to see that.
yeah.
Just you doing warm up.
I should have just made a show called the world's worst warm-up guy. Every time someone's like, "You'd be good," I'm like, "Yeah, I could do that." And then I realize that it's like 70% cheerleading, and I'm like, I don't want those people to clap. I want them to die.
Yeah. It's
Is
a
that-
complete opposite.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want them to be happy. It's
They
just-
prefer paying to get shit on, not being paid to get
It's
shit on.
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. People have, standards.
So
Extras are bad people. I think.
how
100%.
many extras are we talking about?
We're
Like,
talking
what's
about-
the total crowd of
I
this thing?
think maybe 50 to 80, and by the end of it, they had to sit through 4 hours. So it was the same. It was the same audience.
Wait a minute.
It's the
Did
same
you,
audience.
did you get paid for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, how many
At least
comics
you
are we
got
talking
that.
about?
Yes, we're talking 4 comics, and we all did a half hour.
Okay.
But they had to come like earlier and get
Right.
set up and stuff. So it was like a whole.
They had
thing.
so this is how laughter sounds. So everyone
It's
can,
also outside, no ceiling.
Yeah.
Were they
Literally,
in their cars?
it just goes on
no,
forever.
Thank
That
God.
would've been
That one was
amazing.
fucked. The Rose Bowl one they did was crazy, where people were honking. I'm like, it's not a laugh. It's a honk. That's an
But
aggressive.
hold on, you got to play the Rose Bowl.
Oh no, I didn't do that
She
one.
didn't
That's-
do
that
it.
was a honk
She's
one.
yeah.
I did the golf course in Burbank, whatever.
I have to say I would have turned it down in a second, but I was extremely offended that I wasn't offered the chance to
Wow.
crowd work automobiles at the
I-
Rose Bowl.
I
saw
would
it,
have
I'm
done
like-
it
I go, what
because
is
I'm
this?
a sicko.
Yeah, I was so mad.
What is this?
Well, have I not been doing nothing for this club for 20 years to deserve at least bombing for fucking cars? I hit up Adam. I go, "Hey, what's the deal, man? I can't get on the show." He's like, "You do crowd work." I'm like, so?
Cars love it.
Yeah,
Well,
you could have roasted each car.
Are you an Oldsmobile? What year are you? And this thing could have been.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
How old are you?
What are you, a Celica? Do they even make those anymore? What a
Cars not
fucking-
honking.
Yeah, silence.
Because the corn doesn't work.
Yeah, the lights just got turned off. They're
Someone
like, fucking-
sputtering.
Yeah, no, it was also in the middle of the pandemic. This was when no one was out or doing anything, and
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but most people gained weight. I looked like a boiled ham, and it was a bad look. And then I got the
obsessed with
tape
her.
back, and there's an angle, and
Oh, Gladiator. Right?
it's so bad. I paid $3,000 to get fucking Kybella in my double chin. Do you know what Kybella is? It's acid that you have injected in your fucking chin. My double chin was down here. I was a toad. I was a fucking swollen toad, and I was like,
hate
I
you.
can't. I was showing I get photos of it. I had friends watch with me, and they were like, "Ooh, that one angle." Like they couldn't even like be like, "It's okay, Steph." They were like, like it's. I look heinous. I'm so ugly in it. It's crazy. Me, Deb Giovanni, Amy Miller, we all look like shit. Like there's one angle. It's like shadowed lighting. Like I look like an actual. I look like a
my
ghoul
God.
that just crawled out of a well. I'm like, I'm ready for my taping. Like it was disgusting.
What are
It
you
was so
talking
bad.
about that you got done?
It's
Now
gone.
I'm like,
It's gone now. Bye. See you later. I got literally a bunch of acid injected into my chin. It's called Kybella. No, it's fucked up. It's so psychotic. And then it
so
blows
all
up.
the money you made from
It's
Epics-
gone. Plus more. No, I spent more on my chin. I
Plus
swear to God.
one, she
No,
said.
plus more.
Plus
It's
one.
literally I'm in the hole from that
Those
because it killed me.
motherfuckers.
What a deal.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
All because of an angle.
Bad
I-
angle.
7 or 8 people had to see that on Epic. So
Less.
that was the guy who edited the thing.
Guy who edited it was just like
The extras.
I'm kidding.
extras
I
didn't
love
watch it.
Epics. They have like I think 2 or 3 of the middle Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, really?
When it was,
I don't.
it wasn't
do I
Fast or
know
Furious. It
Epic?
was
The
just an
stand-up part
ampersand.
looks good. I will say the stand-up looks good. Dave
Yeah.
Wade did one too.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the stand-up
He's
part looks
terrific.
great and like it looks awesome, and I don't look like well, I used to look like a wet eel in some angles, but the one interview portion was like
Oh.
Yeah.
So they did like interviews.
yeah,
and-
the
They have-
interview part.
They have
yeah.
Brad Williams on the camera. What are we talking about here?
Literally, yes. That's exactly
Steph,
what it was.
this is the angle. Wait,
It was
Brad,
underneath.
Can you get
Can
on
we
it?
get a non-midget to?
Do you
I
have a
asked that,
step
and they were like,
stool?
"Please stop." Yeah. They were like,
Don't be
"Please."
rude.
Please.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so it's I can't use that because I hate how I look. But anyways, Emily produced, I believe that, or she was show writing or something on that, and
On the Epics thing?
yeah, so she had seen me there.
Oh.
But I had already been like I've been out in LA now 7 years, so I tried to do the whole lining up and doing the mic thing a
Oh
couple
yeah,
times. Got very depressed.
yeah.
Did Ari Shafir put a good word in for me once, and I did 3 minutes from Adam. Bombed so bad. Ari shook my hand. He went, "Jesus Christ!" And I was like, "God damn it!" Then I got rear-ended on the way home, and I was like,
No.
yes, it was such a bad
And
set.
the beat goes
Oh
on.
god, it
You're
was
just
it was a
singing.
lot. I was like, where's the sea? If I lived closer, that's where the car would
Straight
have
in.
been. Yeah.
Well, so you were a New York comic prior to coming here.
Toronto.
Toronto. You're
So, I'm
Canadian?
Canadian.
Oh, my
too.
I was
Yeah.
saving that for the last. You know,
I know. I've seen all your fucking crowd are giving
God
shit
damn.
now
talk
I
as
know
Canadians.
why you have trouble following Rick because
Yeah.
it's hitting you
I said it.
hard in your heart.
I make sure
Yes.
the audience knows that your people are
and
poison.
Here comes one.
Canadians. Well, I was trying to look up. I don't think a Canadian's been passed here in a while.
It's probably true. I
Wait,
mean,
I can't think. I know
I've done
had to
everything I
have.
could
Yes.
to make sure. Had I known you were
Now that
Canadian, there
Rick
would have been
is
9
be
new
here.
paid regulars.
Will not be here. I know Harlan Williams, I don't know if he was the last one to get passed, but I know he's more recent.
Harlan. Yeah,
I
he
tried
is more
Googling, but I
recent.
couldn't find.
Tom Green. I don't know if Tom ever got passed.
He probably did.
Good question. Maybe through
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, but Tom started doing stand up late, so
How would-
he didn't. He was doing his thing,
Yes,
but he
yes,
wasn't
yes.
technically doing stand. He did start that rather.
How funny but completely bizarre is Harlan Williams
I love
as a
him.
performer?
Oh, he's so
Fucking
funny.
It's
love
the
him.
strangest, most addicting thing in the world. I'm like, I hope he
100%.
says something crazy. Yes.
He also doesn't use his name anymore. He's been using a different name. Maybe here he does, but at the Improv he uses some like weird name,
Really?
like Jet McMichael. Or that's
Is
not
he
the name at all,
getting
but it's something weird.
stalked? Because that's
I don't-
usually
I-
what happens.
But his name is on like the
we probably
lineup. But
shouldn't
then when you
talk
say his
about
name,
that.
No, we can talk about it.
My fault.
We're all big Nancy Scott fans here. Did I give
Rick,
away the fake
please.
name? God damn it. Can we add that a couple more times in post? I don't understand it.
Oh my
The fake name
God.
thing is the most baffling shit in the world
Yeah,
to
but
me.
if you have psycho stalkers, like,
Yeah,
by
but-
the way, I put my name and my address
Smart.
up
You're
there.
always
I'm
trying to
like,
get
bring
chased
it on,
down.
Your-
come on
your
over.
home address?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Eleanor's saying bring on the stalkers.
I'm saying, I'm saying, whoever wants to come after me, come after me.
Yeah.
I love fights. I'll fist fight to the end. I'll fuck it. Try to kill me. Kill me. I don't
Get the
care.
bat.
I'm
Get
ready.
the bat.
No.
I'm ready. I'm from Philadelphia.
Do you have a web? I'm very scared.
The Canadian just came out. Oh,
nervous
no.
Canadian.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Look, I've been arrested for assault, but I'm still terrified.
Nice.
Here. I'm
Was
not
it
gonna-
on yourself or was
No, it was in
someone
high
else?
school. But,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
it's exciting.
I feel like you've been arrested.
Oh, that's nobody's business. But
But they can come to your house.
Listen.
You can go to your house and ask her
Bring it on.
personally.
When you fuck as many cops as Eleanor has.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I'm no rat.
You're not a snitch.
no, but I'm just saying, like, people have psycho stalkers. One particular that had a stalker.
Are we talking about Ali Wong right now?
Come on, man.
Oh,
but he was
damn it.
dangerous. It
Can
was
we
dangerous.
please add that
so she
again?
couldn't come here for a while.
Oh,
like, it was
really?
that bad that this guy was, I believe he got arrested for
Oh, my God.
some crazy
Yeah.
shit. So,
My point is, if you're going to use a fake name, maybe switch it up. It seems like Crazy Stalker is going to be like, I've seen her there before. I do see photos of her performing. She's not on the lineup, and there's never a photo of Nancy Scott.
wait, Rick!
What? Did I give it away again?
I didn't know. Now it took me two
Yeah.
times to realize what you're saying.
And I'm starting to feel like I maybe am putting my foot in my mouth.
It's always there. It lives there. We've
That's the
got
best place to have it.
when we first started this, Rick and I had a guest, and we talked about a bunch of stuff that happened here. Real stuff, real people, not great people. We said their names, and immediately they made us have a disclaimer saying that none of this has to do with the company.
They
I think it
wanted
was our second podcast.
It was
So
very
we-
early, and I simply mentioned that.
No. We don't need that. Let's not do the name on a loop again.
Right. But the point was, I said someone should run him over with a car.
Right.
And the Comedy Store was like, we do not feel that way. and I was like, as long as it's okay that I feel that way, then put your little disclaimer on. It doesn't
And
matter.
you have no stalkers. I luckily have. I
No.
think I'm
Have
too,
you ever
Do I
had a
have stalkers?
stalker?
Absolutely not. No,
I
no
think
one is.
I'm too repulsive for stalkers.
What do you mean?
Like I think my comedy repulses men. Like they see me and they're like, "No, I'm gonna do the opposite of stalk. I actually never want to see this woman for the remainder of my life."
that's the girl from Epics, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what happens with a massive labia that she doesn't shut up about. No, thank you.
Massively.
Yeah, I got a labia joke. Gotta stop doing it. Not helping me get laid out here. Men are like, no, I don't like you. Now, I've had like loose ones, but nothing crazy. Nothing
Labias
like,
or
stalkers. Yeah,
Got
there's a
it.
couple men that really like big labias, but it is a loose labia. But
I got it.
Yes.
There's a
Okay.
fetish for everything. So.
Yeah.
100%. And this is LA. This is a melting pot for fetishes. So you should be fine. I don't understand.
No, we're fine. There was like one younger guy that was done. It was like she came to 2 shows. That was it. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
You
I
broke
got-
you broke him off and sent him home. If you know what I'm saying.
I broke his penis right
Yeah,
off, and now
Smart.
he can't. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
That's honestly the best way to handle creepy
100%.
people like that. So
Yeah,
you
just
beware.
you just
take
make
him
your
out at
penis.
the cock. Oh, that's
It
weird.
got super weird.
We're just filthy. It's a sin.
I wish I wasn't like this. Like I say things like this, and I'm like, I wish. Like my parents have to come watch me. Like they came here, and I was about to do the labia joke, and I just saw my dad's head, and I'm like, I can't do it right now. I can't. My dad just trying to support me. While I'm like, my labia is so fucking thick, and my dad's like, it's my girl. Like it's insane.
Gets it from her mother. You know,
Oh God.
Jesus, Dad.
Daddy's little girl.
I,
We have the same labia.
I've
Yeah,
seen
small,
my
similar.
I've seen my parents twice when I was performing here.
I've seen his parents twice when
Yeah.
I was performing in
I
Kansas
saw him.
City and here.
Yeah, I saw him once in the main room, and it was fine. At that point, I was good enough that it didn't matter, and they were laughing, even though I'm a terrible person. And then once, as an open micer, my dad and his coworker Bernie were the only two people in the audience on a Sunday night.
The beauty of the comedy
And
store
so
in the dead years.
They literally had to sit through it, and it was the whole night was just each comic one at a time going, so Rick's dad and his friend, I guess. And my
They're like,
dad's having fun. He thinks it's
Business
funny,
trip.
but yeah.
Yeah.
His coworker Bernie was just like, "Why did you bring me to a show where it's just us?" It was
Who
fun.
knew? They thought you were big time in Hollywood.
I'm sure that's what my dad said. It's
I
a
don't-
famous club.
Right. I don't know
Audiences
if you were.
don't come, but
You said only 7 years ago you moved here.
Yes.
But did you ever like visit and be like, oh, I got to go to the comedy store and it's dead?
I didn't.
Oh, you're lucky.
No,
yeah.
I never did that. I think I should have.
there were some really amazing ghost years here at the Comedy Store.
Yeah,
where-
it
Nobody
was
here.
nobody
where
here.
there was a total of maybe 6 audience members in all 3 rooms.
What was that?
We would have to wait for at least 8 people. I was waiting tables at this point, and we would have to wait for at least 8 people to start the show.
We lowered it to 6 when I started working here because we were like, we might not get 8. And it was
What was the reasoning for this? It was the improv and Laugh Factory?
no,
doing
it
well?
was just we had bad.
the factory. The factory had okay crowds sometimes because that was like the
They
peak
had
of
the
Dane
Dane
Cook.
Cook.
Ah,
Yeah.
So this
the
is like
improv was
Dane's
suffering
doing-
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
They were
factory
just they didn't have 3 rooms.
they had tank top
right.
Dane. That
Tank
was that
top
era,
Dane.
Tank
and
The MySpace, and they have 1 room that they're trying
Yeah.
to sell,
Right,
and then
right.
Dane was hot, so that was selling out a lot. But like when I started working here in mid to
in the mid-teens,
early-
the 20-teens, when this young lass just started chasing her
93,
dreams.
2093, and in the 1900s, if
Yeah.
you will, when I started waiting tables here, it was busy in the beginning. Not busy, but like we used to, if the Laugh Factory had overflow, they would come here, we would honor their tickets. Or if
Oh,
we had
wow.
overflow, they would go to the Laugh Factory and they would honor Comedy Store tickets. We never did that with the Improv because Mitzi didn't have that relationship. Jamie, the owner of the Laugh Factory, used to work here as a door guy.
okay.
So when Mitzi gave him a blessing to open up a club, so he was okay in her book. It was Bud that was a problem. So we always helped each other, and then all of a sudden, her health was declining, and I believe it was
A big thing.
overflowing into
yeah,
here because
a big
nobody
part
was
of it
looking.
and she was still making lineups with a very drifting perspective, I think, on stuff. So there was a lot of guys who were probably hot in like 86
Yeah.
who were on the lineup in 2003 doing their shit from 86.
Very
and
charactery, and I remember once Paulie went on in the main room and he's like, dude, you believe my mom still lets these people work here? And that lady never came back.
yeah,
I was like, oh, man.
Oh.
it was
What?
Like props? What are we talking about?
Props.
Like,
it was bad. It, like
Pulling a flask out of your,
I-
tit,
I started.
it's a fun bit though.
Yeah,
She was amazing. Literally.
that's the problem.
one
Is
of
it
the
usually
funniest.
works every
Yeah, yeah.
time, and if it's not working, then there's a problem. I started in like 2002. I started working here, and I remember sitting and watching the show on my off night because I was so excited to be working here. I'm like, oh, this is so great. I can watch as much comedy as I want. And I sat in the room for an hour and a half, and I'm like, I think comedy might be the worst thing that ever happened.
I
And
should
just-
probably go back to school.
I didn't have
This is
enough
weird.
perspective on like, oh, this isn't a representation of comedy. This is
Right.
this is a dying fucking animal And
And
Yeah.
then, like, when did it do the switch then? When did it get, like, fucking packed like this again?
Tommy,
we got rid of Tommy.
there was Tommy, the talent coordinator, started. He started at least getting rid of the dinosaurs who weren't
right.
still trying.
He did that.
Okay.
There was still a few years where some of the older people were there, but they were the ones who were at least writing regularly.
Yes.
And so it was like they're doing new bits, and the crowds are typically
not
comedy
shticky
crowds are younger.
80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
And then he got fired, and then Adam started, and then Adam did this crazy thing where he was like, "Hey, what if we had popular, well-known comedians perform here?" And
What?
he started.
That worked.
Yeah.
Adam, what are you
It turns
talking
out-
about, man?
It turns out that crowds would rather see David Spade
Isn't that crazy?
than
and
you know,
Joe Rogan, he got Joe Rogan to come back.
he brought Rogan back. Tommy had banned Joe Rogan for fighting with Mencia.
Time out. You can't give that to Tommy. He didn't have that power.
He did. Listen,
Him and Paulie did it
oh,
together.
that's true. Paulie was in on it.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yes.
That I think that's pretty badass getting banned from a club, though. I would.
Oh my God! Well, Mitzi used to ban everybody. Dice was banned from here at least 30 times, 40 at the height of his career. By the way,
But he's got back in.
Oh, yeah.
she's
so
dead
it's not really
now.
not a real
no.
band, though.
No. But it took him a long time to
And-
get back in.
Oh, okay.
And they would call it a banning. It wasn't like
oh, yeah.
people were like, I got banned. Like, I got banned for 2 weeks once because I was insulting Jimmy and Joey, and one of them spit in my face. And so I dumped my beer on them, and then they were like,
Do you
you
know
have
who
to go
they
away
are?
for a while. I'm like, what?
Don't.
They're this terrible.
Oh, what a life you didn't lead.
Yeah.
I know. I feel so young and fresh.
Right. You're like, this is awesome.
I'm like, I'm learning.
it's not just my chin. This is great.
Yeah, there was a lot of
I have
really
been.
tough years.
Now I'm
to
going to
say
get
the
that
least.
done. Yeah, but these are they were a duo, which was
They were real
part
brothers.
of Mitzi's favorite thing
Okay.
to do was
They yeah, because she liked the variety. So we have a duo. The Sklars were not around enough, I guess. So
they
said,
were new.
Yeah.
They were coming in. They didn't come in till they came in, but then they started working quick
Yeah.
too. So
They had the ESPN show and stuff.
mhm.
So Jimmy and Joey were terrible, and they literally did like these internet
Horrendous.
jokes. Would be like, why don't Italians like Jehovah's Witnesses? No,
No
witnesses.
no witnesses.
Yeah.
And repeat on repeat.
Yeah,
Well, would people laugh?
Like Chris Rock, but not,
Not
funny.
really.
Okay.
yeah, it was awkward. They got Mitzi passed me. I was 21, and I remember being like, this lady just still gets it, no matter what. It's unbelievable that she saw.
Jesus, he's so funny.
And I had
You see
like,
Rick?
I probably had
Midwest, huh?
2 to 3 minutes of B material, and that was as good as it got. But this lady, crazy enough, was like, "Oh, he's good," and I'm like, "Oh, she gets it, plain and simple." And then like 3 months later, she passed Jimmy and Joey, and I'm like, "This dumb fucking idiot! What is she thinking? She's completely lost it in 2
Not,
months."
She has dementia. Enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Who passed you?
Nobody. I passed myself.
That's
No, I'm
probably
kidding.
true.
That's
she ran shit. When I
Yeah.
got here, she was the head waitress, but she basically ran shit.
But I wasn't a comic.
No.
I wasn't. I worked here for 12 years and then left for a year and came back as a comic because if people were looking for a cutout of psychotic behavior,
Yeah,
here it
we
is.
said we already got
we
someone.
Got it. We
Put
got
her
it.
up.
We got it. But no, Tommy technically. I mean,
Tommy
I
passed you.
showcased for Mitzi. She came in once. Then the next two were on video. So he was like, "Well, I played it for Mitzi." Okay.
Yeah.
She really liked it. I was like,
Oh.
"Did she?" I
I'm
know
a good
Mitzi.
mimic.
That's
I
her.
just acted out your act for Mitzi. Tommy was a
You
special
do know I
breed.
was her assistant for
Oh.
5 years. I'm very close with her.
I'm learning so much.
But it was just I'm saying like he would make things up, to
Constantly.
tell people.
Every time you talk to him, he'd be like, "Well, I talked to Mitzi about you today." You're like, "Really? Why?" "Well, she was saying the kid from Kansas." I'm like, "She didn't say that." But we all just had to put up with
Everybody
this
believed
bullshit
it.
for like
Okay.
years. At
See how
first, I think
lucky you
people
are?
believed
I
it.
am.
And then people were like, "This dude's full of shit." But then you just had to take it because he was the talent coordinator. And it wasn't until Holtzman fucking went off on him.
Oh, yeah.
When he was like, well, Mitzi said we need to challenge her. He's like, you didn't talk to Mitzi. He just like went off on her. I was at her house. I went to her house today. She doesn't know who you are. We're all just like, a true hero.
A true hero.
A true hero. I know he was at the house because I was with him.
I just remember we're all standing as close to the cover booth as we can, like.
Listen.
And Tommy would always just back, oh, okay, you're right, okay.
He really had this like wild about, like he would come up to people and just like, stroke your ego. Like this comic, I don't know if you know this guy, Freddie Soto. He passed away in 2005, but like he would literally, we'd be driving somewhere during the day and he's like, let's call Tommy because I need my ego boost. Well, Freddie, Mitzi loves you.
Yeah.
Not a lot of guys are as funny as you, Freddie. And you're Mexican. Okay.
Whoa.
Wait, what? That's weird. That was a. Freddie'd be like, yes, I am.
He'd make the
Like
strangest
we would die
comparisons.
laughing on speakerphone just listening to this shit.
Rick, you're exactly like Eric Clapton. I'm like, you're an open channel. You don't have to do the music. You just play what you want. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Eric Clapton has a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
Not
just
improvised
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
These are written jams that he's been doing for years.
some of the most famous songs.
He's pretty brilliant. Like, an open channel. That's
Yeah.
terrific. Yeah, you would have loved him because he would have just fed you full of shit.
I had this.
I would have been like that.
You wouldn't have known it was shit.
You would have
until
been
later,
smart
and then it
enough to
would
be like,
funny.
oh, this dude's just a fucking asshole. I had met this agent and from CAA.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
The guy's like, I'm going to come watch you or something. I'm like, all right, cool. And he called the Comedy Store to see if I was on the lineup. And Tommy answered, and I was like, well, yeah, why do you want to see him? And he goes, oh, well, I'm from CAA, and we're going to come in. Well, you better sign him before he kills himself. And then went on this whole rant about how I was going to kill myself because I was so depressed.
Oh my God.
And then strangely, the guy never came to watch me.
Oh my God.
That's so weird.
So he
I
might
don't
have
know.
ruined your career.
It's
100%.
possible.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I ate shit after following you the other day. My fucking acting agent came out for the first time to see me, and it's like the worst set I've had in a long time. And then after I was like, hey, I'm not normally like that. Like, I was just really bad today. And he's like, no, it wasn't that bad. I was like, no, usually. And then I was like backpedaling, and I'm like, I might lose my agent. Because of you now. It's a whole circle right now.
I saw like the first 2 minutes of your set, and it was fucking hysterical.
No, it wasn't. Maybe
you came out and you started yelling at, where are the young boys?
No, that set I did well. There's a set
That was a
after you.
different
That was a
one.
different
Oh,
set.
okay.
That set I did well.
Yeah, that shit was
No,
so funny.
that one was good.
Yeah.
No. The last
No one
was
came
very
to
bad.
that show of importance. They waited to the following.
Nobody ever comes to a show that you kill at. You invite whoever the fuck you want,
100%.
and it's like, I'm doing a show in April. I'm doing an hour, and I'm like, my manager wants to invite up an industry. I'm gonna eat shit. I know I am. I'm gonna eat fucking my own ass.
Just own it.
fucking.
Just own it. Be like, look, you guys came here, you fucking jinxed it. You're gonna have to.
It's gonna happen.
You got to blame them.
I'm gonna have to blame them.
What, did,
Maybe if there weren't a bunch of fucking Hollywood frauds in
did they
this
get
room
you-
right now.
Did they get you a lot of auditions? Your theatrical agent?
Yeah, but they're like,
I was gonna say, well, drop them then. Say, hey, look.
no, they are good. They
I
are
can't
good.
know that you saw me do that, so I gotta let you go. I'll get something else.
Yeah, I mean, right after that one audition, I got one to play a slimy lawyer.
Nah.
But it was like 3 lines. I was like, oh, I've really gone down to 3 lines now. That set's ruined me.
Don't give her more than 3 lines.
That's all.
I saw
She's
I
only
saw
got
at the
3
Comedy
lines
Store.
in her.
She honestly had 4 pretty good lines, but 3 of them were definitely solid.
This is an under 5 player.
Yeah.
God damn it! I had a call back today for a pirate, and then last
Oh, I
second.
thought you were gonna say pilot.
No,
Hey.
pirate.
Okay.
Pirate. And then last second they went, no, they don't want to see you anymore.
Ouch.
That's so pathetic.
Wait a minute.
And my line was, walk the blank. And then I was like, I guess it was too piratey. I don't know. I was too good. I was too
Listen,
convincing of a
I
pirate.
don't.
You had a
We're not
bad-
looking for a standard cliche pirate. Could you do it in a Latina accent? Is it
Yeah.
possible that
Latinx.
maybe you do
You
it?
got a Latinx
Can you do it
accent?
gender neutral? Is that? What does that mean?
That's my commercial agent. He sent me an audition today that I declined. Then we got in a bit of an argument. It was for a woman in her 40s, plus size woman in her 40s. I'm like, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I saw your
Fuck
Twitter.
Yeah,
I saw
fuck
that.
me
I
up
was
the ass. I'm like, are you
dying.
kidding me? What the fuck? I'm like size 10 to 12. Is that
You're-
plus now?
They're
Suck
so
my ass.
sick.
We're gonna
that
need
in
you.
LA,
We're gonna need
yes.
you older and fatter for this one. Is that
I'm
possible?
plus in LA.
You're not plus.
In LA. Everywhere in the
I'm moving.
world,
Listen,
nay.
I'm moving.
my
I'm telling you,
My
LA's the
auditions-
worst.
my auditions that I would get for commercial auditions would typically say something like, normal-looking man, not model types, someone that you can laugh at and with. And I'd be like, I'd get there and it'd be like me and fucking, what's his name? The dude who was on America's Got Talent.
No, I'm not good
I
with
don't
this.
know.
Yeah, but
Howie Mandel.
yeah, that's it. It's me and Howie.
I like that you know the big players.
That's it. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
You
I know nothing.
You don't. Burner.
Burner?
Jeffrey Burner.
No, not Jeffrey Burner.
No, that was
was
the
the
guy
one we
that's
had
the
that took his
70s
clothes
hair.
off.
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
Sorry.
Get it.
I thought you were talking about the audition. I'm like, that's not who it was.
I know, you're like, I've never heard the name in my
My
life.
mind
It's the guy.
works.
Yeah, you figured it out. I forgot the Burner got passed.
Yes,
That's what it
remember he
was.
stripped in the chair, the
Yeah.
little fucker.
What I like about
This chair.
Well, I don't know.
it was a
which one.
different.
It was a different
we had a different setup
but
then.
Okay,
it was
okay.
in the old times.
Mhm.
He was like
Three
in the corner,
stools.
just taking his clothes off like a dick.
He
Strange.
Anyway,
he
go
posts
ahead.
the same photo on Instagram every week. It's just like a kind of blurry photo of him with like a ceiling fan in the background.
Yes. He
And
is funny. He was just being
He's very
crazy.
weird.
He's very odd,
Mhm.
quirky, if you will.
We like
But
Rocky.
AGT, was it Blue? Josh Blue? Wasn't
no,
he America's Got
no,
Talent?
that was Last Comic Standing.
Oh, no, I think he did AGT
What's his
as
name?
well.
Hooper.
Alex Hooper.
Yeah,
Alex Hooper.
Yes.
Very
right.
funny.
Yes.
But yes, I get it.
that's
Somebody
who I
you can laugh
audition
with
You're like,
and
oh.
at.
He's got like crazy clown
And
hair.
you're like,
Yeah,
that's.
yeah, yeah.
Huh.
This
He
is
always
me?
wears a cape.
Yeah, you're like,
what
that's.
But the best looking I've ever felt in my life was every audition I've ever been on because of the category I'm apparently in. It's always me in like 45 carrot tops, but like ugly carrot tops.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Carrot Top is ugly.
I know.
Is Carrot Top supposed to be hot?
No, but he's not hot. But these
He's
people
got
are.
tattooed makeup.
They're an
He's
uglier version
very
of that
handsome.
ugly monster.
Did you see his penis when it came out on Instagram?
Hold
No.
on a second.
Oh, he dropped full dong on the gram, and
Wow.
honestly, pretty big.
Pretty impressive.
Honestly, pretty. Still, there's also eyeliner tattooed around it, so that, was
That makes
strange.
sense.
Yeah.
You
He's got
gotta-
eyelashes.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait,
Wait a
is
second.
that winking?
Yes, it was doing something. He knew it came out. He was wearing loose jogging shorts, and it came out.
Oh,
and
he
then
was doing the
people-
gray sweatpant thing?
It was like short running shorts, and he put his leg up and doing some weird bit, and then it flopped. It just like,
Whoa.
oh yeah.
Checkmate,
Yeah.
Carrot Top.
He's a workout guy.
Yeah, well, that thing needed to do some working out.
Wow.
Get some abs on that thing. It looked a bit
You heard it here first, guys. Carrot
gonna
Top
go
has a
check
great
out-
penis.
No.
We'll be back.
Was
big.
it
I said, didn't say great. Large, not great.
large? Okay, what?
Large. I
So
would say,
large
like-
isn't
That
great. I
sells
thought
better
they
than
go-
a lot of people.
I thought
No,
they
no,
go
no.
hand in hand, large and great.
No,
Oh,
it
you're
seemed like
divulging
a-
too much personal
You're right,
information.
you're
Like
right.
a Goodwill sweater that was too worn out. You know, it doesn't like you roll the sleeves up too many times and the bottom's all
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah, sure. It's all
Ooh,
frayed.
Yeah.
Was that
that's
just
it.
his red hair?
Ooh, I don't know what it was. I saw too much. It haunted me.
Wow.
I gotta find this. You think it's still up
It
there?
probably is somewhere. Yeah,
You
I
could
can-
probably
Wow.
Google
Yeah,
it.
you can
Someone
it's on
saved
Reddit.
it.
Some sick pig is looking at it right now.
Is there a worse website in the world than Reddit? Honestly,
100% no.
just the biggest losers that ever fucking lived on.
I don't
No.
get it. I
Who
it's
runs
too much writing. It doesn't
Who the
make any
fuck are
sense.
they?
I don't
Yeah.
know what you're looking at. I can't.
Yeah, I don't
Love
know. I first found out about it because a buddy of mine's girlfriend started posting that he was mentally abusing her, and
Okay.
we were all like,
To Reddit.
yeah, and we were all like, that's so weird because she was 100% psychotic, and like we'd all witness her like fucking going ballistic, and we're like, whoa, this chick's nuts. So then he's like, yeah, these people are threatening me because I guess she got on Reddit and started saying all this shit, and just all these weirdos started coming out. So one day he calls me, he's like, hey, can you come over here because she's moving out with these people that Reddit
Oh,
introduced her to.
God.
And I got there and it was like full Dungeons and Dragons crew. There was like 4 dudes, all looked like wizards.
Wow.
And they were like, we're here to save you. I'm just like, cool. And I go,
Or
"Wha-
kidnap.
I go, why am I
Use a
here?
Roll
kidnap.
dice on the lawn. Pick your poison. And you're like, I need to leave right now.
Yeah,
That's
it
frightening.
was weird. And so that was my first Reddit experience. Then
that's
since
not-
then,
So wait,
people-
they're a gang? Like they come out? I thought it was just somebody with a
it's,
keyboard.
it's a bunch of weirdos, and they get threads going about bizarre things.
yeah.
And every once in a while, someone will send me something like, hey, you're tagged in this.
Oh,
And I'll
like you.
I'll click on it and it'll be like, a photo from 1890 of some guy on a bicycle who looks exactly like me. And I'm like, wow, that actually does look like me. This is, and then, but it would be like, hey, is that Rick Ingraham? And then there's like probably 400 comments like, who the fuck is Rick Ingraham? I'm like, well, who is this
That makes
for?
you feel good. You're
Yeah,
like, I don't know
what
what
is
I'm more upset about, the comments or the picture. I don't know where to get angry.
I'm looking
here.
at the picture of the person who posted. I'm just like, who the fuck is this? What is this guy? You know,
You're
who I am?
like, yeah, who the fuck is Rick Ingraham?
Yeah, I didn't know what Reddit was. Like, I'd never heard of it. And we did, when TikTok first came out, we put a video, Dice and I put a video on there. Well, he did it. And it was him and I arguing. Like, that's what we do in our videos online. I mean, on the road. And I punch the door and yell at him. And then I walk away. But he slams the door. And then they put it up and they were like, see, women are abusive. And I was like, wait, what?
Ew. No.
And he's like, Dice's girlfriend kicked him out. And I was like, one, I'm not his girlfriend. Two, I was on the outside. You could see the maid's cart behind me, you fucking idiot. Like, but I had to figure out who Reddit was or what Reddit was to find the article.
I prefer to refer to Reddit as a person.
Now that I know they
Gary
come
Reddit.
out to help.
It's his personal blog.
2 R's.
Yeah.
Well, now that I know they come out to
Nothing
help
creepier
you
than
move.
2 R Garys.
When I'm going to tell them I was abused and ask them to come help me move.
Dude, people will literally show up and they'll be like,
can't
you
wait.
get 3 months, and then there'll be a bunch of other losers who are like, be careful with her. And you're just like, so now there's counter losers? What the fuck is wrong with these
There's
people?
a lot of crazies out there.
Yeah,
This-
I know. We're a lot of them, but
Yeah. Always be ready to out crazy. That's really
we
it.
have our connection as we all did the Bill Burr thing together. Were you guys on the same episode? No.
Same episode?
No, were
You
were
mean
you guys on
filmed
the
the
same
same night?
No.
No.
How many nights were there?
We were.
There was 2 nights.
I think you and I did one night together. Our night together.
It was an early and late show, right?
It
was one show.
2 separate nights.
I'm delirious. I embarrassed myself that night really badly. I was really nervous. It was
Why?
my first American TV debut, so I was like, I
Mine
put a lot
too.
of pressure on myself. And I was like,
It was. Yeah.
I was like so
It's
nervous.
my only TV debut. So
He's not lying.
That's alarming. I'm like, can't follow this man. He's just, this is what you do. You're great. Is what I'm trying to say.
thanks. I appreciate it.
I was
I'm right
outside
here. No,
pacing.
kidding.
Look at you. I was outside pacing, and I was like fucking like losing my fucking mind. And I see this man approach me outside because downtown. It was, like, off downtown.
Yeah.
I see this guy walking up. He goes, "You right?" I go, "Can I fucking help you, man?" And then Bill takes his hat off. He goes, "It's me, Bill." And I go, "Oh, I thought you were homeless." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, he's like, "You thought I was homeless?" I was like, yeah, I thought you look homeless right now." He's like, "I look homeless right now." I'm like, "Oh my God, stop." And I just kept like, I buried myself so badly. It was like, first of all, I was like, "What the fuck do you want?" Then I'm like, you're a homeless man. And Bill was just like, "Who is this psychopath?" First of all, just call me home. Anyways, he was super nice about it. But then I was like, why did I just say that to Bill? I was like so mortified.
Did that make your interview?
No,
we did.
no,
oh,
no,
okay.
because I think we did the interview beforehand.
Yeah, the day before.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
then-
you already sat with him and talked to him,
Yes.
and then you.
You just
Told
didn't
the most
recognize
wild
him.
story too. I didn't at all, and I was
Yeah.
like, he was so far away. He's wearing a really large, strange wool sweater, and I was like, what is like? It was very odd, the whole thing. And he came from like the alleyway. I'm like, there's a front door. Like, why are you? Where are you coming from? It was very That show is a lot though. That's the first time I ever fucked up a joke on a taping and then had to retake it back.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, I was so nervous. I flubbed something so bad. I'm like, and then I got pissed. I'm like, no. I'm doing it again, and then I retook it.
Good for you.
Yeah, because I was like,
because I think Josh Adam Myers went on after me, and when he started, he either messed something up. I wasn't paying attention because I was still like a little bit in my head, like, did I do that? Did I do? You know? And I remember Josh saying, "All right, stop," and Bill was like, he went back, he brought him back out, and they reintroduced him. What's his name? Who was doing
Jay
it?
Larson.
Jay Larson.
Yeah.
So but he redid it and then he crushed, and he was the only one I remember doing that. And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, I mean, that's how you do it.
Literally,
if it's a
yes.
taping.
Yeah.
And you can take that moment. Like, I would have never. I would have been like, "Oh, I'm too much of an idiot to admit I fucked up."
I was positive that I was like, you know what? At least I'm gonna start getting road work out of this, you know, little television bump. And then my episode aired 3 weeks into the pandemic, and I'm like, this motherfucker. I did this.
Mine was January.
My professional luck made this pandemic happen.
It was fucked at that, like because that was like, I'm like, this is gonna help
there.
Yeah.
for sure.
Same.
And then
There was no comedy in the world.
No.
Like, oh, Rick's comedy's coming out. I took it so personal.
It was fuck. Then I turned to fucking TikTok in the pandemic. I'm like, I had to do something, and I was like, and then that.
You have some great videos on there.
I
you?
mean, no.
What?
No, I don't. They're
I
so
saw
stupid.
a couple funny ones.
No, it's. But now people think I'm this woman named Marcy. Like
right.
I've done this
you
character.
You were in the Middle East. doing some shit.
Oh yeah, I was in Dubai. I
was
was
like,
in
what
Dubai
the
bombing
fuck?
my dick off at every stand-up show I did. I have bombed really bad.
Who,
Turns
You
out
gotta stop
who's
saying
going
you
to comedy shows in
people who don't like
Dubai?
women. I'll tell you that. People don't like women who do the jokes I do in Dubai.
You should
That
have
labia joke probably kills over there.
you should have brought a
Stone.
gentleman out with you and have him tell the audience that he has asked you to do this comedy, and then they'd be like,
then they're
"She's
like-
listening. She's listening to her man," and then it would
That's
have been a crush festival.
And then they would have loved it. No, it was bad. But this character Marcy, which is just me but more butch, and
Okay.
people are like think it's real. And I've had people come to shows now and be like, "Where's Marcy?" I'm like, "I'm Marcy. There's no Marcy. I've been doing stand up for 20 years, and now they think I'm this butch woman." And I'm like, and it's so dumb. It's me just being like, I don't want a small man. They're like, "Oh my, it's crazy." I'm losing my mind.
It's so
I've lost it now. I literally had a woman say she drove 3 hours in Austin to come see me, and she's like, "I came to see Marcy." I'm like, "You didn't look at a single other video? What do you just watched one video and went, yes, that
Yeah,
woman."
this-
Like,
I'm gonna go see
I'm gonna
Marcy.
go see Marcy.
I want to go see him.
This is
I mean, Marcy.
the same thing happened to Jim Varney with the Ernest character.
No, I'm that's.
You're headed down the Larry the Cable Guy path. You're
I
gonna
am.
have to just buy into it.
Wait a minute. Did that really happen with Ernest?
Yeah, Jim Varney.
Jim Varney?
He
Did
got,
Really?
Yeah, because he
know.
he was allegedly a great comic. I've never seen his comedy, but Harris Pete used to always say,
And
Jim
Harris-
Varney's the funniest comic that ever lived. Period. And you're like,
He was
for
a-
sure better
he
than
worked-
Pryor and Carlin? Period. I finished the sentence already. You're like, oh, all right. Well. But yeah, so he was like beloved. He was like a comics comic, but then he did
Okay.
this stupid fucking character. And I think it started as like a car commercial or something.
Maybe.
A plumbing commercial. It was like a
I don't know if
commercial
I've ever
character.
seen any of the movies.
And then it
No.
became Ernest Goes to Camp, which was a
Hey,
smash hit.
Isn't he Canadian?
Is he?
Varney?
I made that up.
I don't know. He
You heard the
seems
word
southern
camp
to
and
me.
you're like Canadian.
Yeah, so then he got stuck, and he ended up making 75 Ernest movies. Most of them
Yeah.
were straight to video.
Fuck.
Ernest went to Africa, amongst other.
So should
adventures.
Ernest was in Dubai. And he
Yeah,
was booing me.
Marcy goes to Dubai.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcy.
Let's get it.
Oh,
I
God.
don't see why not. Let's just keep this character going.
I can't. I've made a huge mistake.
Isn't
I
it
don't
great though,
buy
like
it.
being able to have a good reason to hate yourself? That's something
I have enough reasons.
I live for.
Yeah, this is adding extra. The worst thing too was I made my dad film the first video, and as he's filming, he's like, "What is this? People find this funny. This sucks." And then the next morning, it was like,
Ernest Goes to
"Oh
Africa.
my god!"
And Africa will never be
Oh
the same.
my
So wait,
goodness.
I want to hear one
So-
of his jokes. Like, what would he even joke about? I can't
I
even picture
have
him doing
no
stand up. I
idea.
didn't know he did stand up.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had no clue.
I-
saw
He
his
was a
photo on the
regular
thing.
here.
I
Yeah, I
didn't
didn't know that.
I didn't know he was a comic until I came here, and I saw there was a large picture of him on the back stairwell as you go up to the offices.
Yeah.
And one night I'm like, "Is that Jim Varney?" And someone's like, "Oh yeah, he was a big comedy store guy."
Fine actor, an outstanding mimic, a serious student of dialect. This fella, and he is a doll, girls. You just wait and see.
You guys can't
He
see
is a
this,
doll.
but
Found the humor of the Appalachian natives. Here from Lexington, Kentucky, is Jim Varney.
Oh yeah.
oh,
that
he's from
woman?
Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
By the way, the audience can't see this, right?
Appalachian's own.
Oh my
He said
god.
he's gonna edit it in.
Oh wow.
All right, let's see this. This is great.
I had a friend that never did anything. Well, I take that back. He read comic books. L. Rod Napier read comic books. I used to go over to his house on Saturday.
Full name, smart.
Yeah.
He called into the house trying to motivate
Shafir.
Elrod, honey, come out here and help Mama water the lawn.
Eat your fucking heart out, George Carlin. You could never do this.
One guy laughing.
What loving it? I know Elrod. The worst thing I've ever seen. I'm starting to think.
And Elrod would be in on the couch.
I bet he's gonna be wacky.
It's gonna
Oh,
be.
yeah, here we go, here we
there it
go.
goes.
Uh
Mom, is in it yellow?
oh. He's an idiot. You see?
Is he scratching his back?
What time is it?
That's how they are there.
Are you cooking beans?
That's, why wouldn't she be?
Period.
Period.
Is Zorro on?
Better than Robin Williams. Better than Pryor.
What time is it?
It's
This
still
is
going.
wild.
You're gonna
Can
make.
you imagine
No,
how
this
famous
is-
we'd all be if we were alive to do comedy in '78?
Literally.
This is
Like,
gonna
just be
wake
like, I'm from
Mitzi up.
Kansas, and it's crazy because people there. What's he doing there with his arms?
Pause. He's trying to pause it. I think. I don't know.
You can't do
Still
it.
going.
Can we pause it?
You got any bars?
Unbelievable.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that.
And
I
so
think
this
that was
guy-
enough.
So this guy thought that his Ernest character was beneath him, and he hated the millions of dollars he made after doing. Is that me? That might have been me before I got my hair
That's
cut.
you on the Reddit. That's the next Reddit.
Nah,
thread.
it's him.
Oh my
Is
god.
it just me, or is Jim
Wow.
Varney on the Grand Opry?
Oh, that's who that
Jesus.
lady is, right?
I believe so.
The Grand Opry. How do you say
Opry?
it?
I don't
Opry.
know, man.
Grand Old Opry?
Yeah.
Grand Ole Opry.
I'm not into.
She had
I'm
the
not
hat
into
with
Nashville.
the tag on it. and
Yeah, she's in her Sunday best. You see.
Right,
Mm.
right.
You see, she's in her Sunday best.
I just,
Big labia that
Wow.
woman has for sure.
I mean,
But it also has the same hat.
largest labia in the Appalachian Valley.
Appalachian, barely.
Yeah, I mean, he would have gotten
So-
canceled for this had he made Ernest Goes to Africa
Oh.
Now. Know what I mean,
Yes.
Vern?
You know what I mean? Period or whatever.
Period.
Period.
Well,
That is so fun. And, like Harris Pete was a door guy. I mean, he was a comic also, but he worked here as a doorman for so many years. He saw every single comic you can think of, and for him to say this is
it was always shocking. Harris never had a nice thing to say about anybody.
anybody.
Like you,
And then
like most of the time he was very like he would just kind of he was standoffish to say the least. So if I tried to talk to him, it'd be like, "Why am I going to waste my time talking to you?" But every once in a while, I'd be like, "Hey Harris, what was with this guy?" And I just would ask him about headshots. Piece of trash. And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, as a comic he was so, but as a person he was garbage." I'd be like, "Okay,
Okay.
good to know." And then had there been camera phones at the time, I could have easily filmed at least 100 different videos of that piece of shit. That would have been the name of the web series. It
Right.
was just him one at a time. Everyone.
Yeah, he didn't like so many people.
Yeah.
And then he came up with like Leno and Letterman. Like they were his peers. They
Oh,
were the
wow.
guys coming up. And
And they went on to host late night talk shows, and he continued to work the door here.
but he
until
did Ren and
2007.
Stimpy. Wasn't he,
he was
one of
on
the
Ren
Ren
and
and Stimpy
Stimpy.
characters?
Oh, one
Yeah.
of the main ones?
Mhm.
Ren or Stimpy?
He was not Ren or
no.
Stimpy.
Okay.
He was,
I'm sorry, but he did multiple
Yeah, he did a
characters
couple
on
different
there.
Snot that would come out there.
Wouldn't surprise
Probably.
me.
Yeah, and I mean, he was on Arsenio. I remember watching him do
Wow.
stand up late night.
He
you
used
know.
to blow up fireworks on stage here on New Year's Eve and set off the fire
He was a
alarms.
character. He was a Mitzi's misfit. You know, with Mitzi's, there's a lot of misfits. We're all misfits. At the Comedy Store, I always say Simone started that. I think, at the
Could've
Land
been.
of Misfit Toys.
We're a bunch of broken people who.
Yeah.
No one's well.
Yeah, but
No.
no
one
one.
does comedy ever as
True,
well.
but the Comedy Store, a lot of characters. You're like, oh, I don't know this person. Yeah, because no other club would hire them.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I never heard of Brian Holtzman. No shit.
That's-
no shit.
Early when you're like, who's the guy who took his clothes off? I'm like, Jonathan Gottsick. And I'm like, there's like
By the
8
way,
people
there was a slew
worldwide
of
who would know who
people.
that is. But Gottsick he was a dude who was around when I showed up.
Hilarious.
He was funny, a little odd. And then one night he went on the road with Paulie, and think someone slipped him acid or something.
Some shit, yeah.
But they were on a tour bus, and he started freaking out.
'Cause he was straight laced. He was,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
he was
and he
pretty
starts
straight
yelling
laced.
about how Paulie's trying to sexually assault him, and like everyone else on the tour bus is just like, "What the fuck's up with Goss?" They're driving down the highway. He starts kicking the bus door open, and then before they can even stop, he just bails off the bus and runs off into the woods. And then I got a phone call like 2 a.m. And I looked down, and I had just stopped going on the road with Paulie at this point. And he had asked me what's
Lucky.
up with Gottsick, and I'm like, yeah, he's a good dude. So my phone rings, and it's Paulie, and I look at him, I'm like, why is Paulie calling me in the middle of the night? And I answer, he's like, dude, what's up with your boy? And I'm like, what? And he's like,
You're
Gottsick, man.
responsible
What's
for
up
him.
with him? I go, I don't know what's going on. Dude, he just ran into the woods. And I'm like, what? No context. What do you mean?
Just woke up.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about? Dude, he kicked the door open on the bus and he got off before we even stopped. And I'm like, oh. So then it was like,
Paulie, where is he? Dude, we kept
he's
going.
in the woods, bro. I don't want to. So
I don't go in the woods, bro.
the bus driver, I believe they were using Limp Bizkit's tour bus, no joke. And
That'll
the
happen.
bus driver turned around and drove back to a rest stop because there was damage to the bus and he had to assess it or something. And when they got there, Gotzik was just sitting on a picnic bench. And it was like a mile and a half back.
Oh my God.
And they pulled up and he was just like, oh, hey, guys. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh my
And so then he couldn't go on the tour any longer because the bus company wouldn't.
That's weird.
They wouldn't put insurance on it if he was on the bus.
What, like Limp Bizkit was sitting there fucking
Yeah, hey,
Twirling their
Hey,
thumbs.
whoa,
Yeah.
we take care of this. Bus.
Calm down,
The guy
guys.
with his
Don't
big
touch
black
anything.
fucking
Yeah.
contacts. Whoa, I'm just having some light reading tonight. Can you keep it
Yeah.
down? The fuck?
And then Gotzik, I never saw him again. He never
No,
came
he
back here
quit.
either.
He quit comedy.
Really?
He was
Yeah.
just,
And he
once-
was a funny dude, but he
He was weird.
Yeah.
He was weird. He was like, he fit into that same category as like Duncan Trussell, where you're like,
yeah.
this dude is a little odd.
Do you
But-
know Trussell?
I just saw him for the first time the other day in the main room.
Oh, okay. Nice. And you don't know him before that, like as a comic. Okay.
I'm really bad with that. I
No,
feel
that's
like I
okay.
don't know a lot. I try not to watch too much.
Listen, if someone doesn't
Smart.
come here, if someone doesn't come here, I have no clue who they are.
Exactly.
Every time someone's like, hey, you know, like for years people would be like, you know Mark Norman? I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then they'd be like, well, he's got stuff on YouTube. I'm like, I'm not going to watch comedy on YouTube.
No, I don't watch any comedy on
I'm not going to do
YouTube.
that. And now I've seen him enough that, you know, I know who he is, but it takes a long time for me to figure out who people are. And
Yeah.
usually people just be like, have you seen so-and-so? I'm like, no. And then I just stop paying attention because I don't need to know more people.
No.
It's like, what? No. Am I going to have to bring them up? Do I need to know anything about them? No, I don't care.
Right. I'm usually on other shows with people. Like I try to
Yes.
work other shows. That's how I meet people.
Ridiculous.
So do you only play here?
This is the only place that gives me spots.
100%.
I
mean, but he could do the Improv and Laugh Factory.
I send in
It's a
my avails
choice.
to those places, and they have not given me a spot. The Improv gave me one spot in the last 3 years, and that's only because Eric Griffin wanted me on his show. And then I got there, and there was like 4 people in the audience, and it was the classic, like, "Hey, it's usually pretty good, man, but just have fun up there." And you're like, "Oh," but yeah, I
He
don't get
did
spots anywhere
Largo
else.
recently.
Okay,
I
there
did-
you go.
I did
That's
Largo.
big time. I've never done that.
You
was
should
my-
do my East Side show.
I don't know what that
Virgil?
is.
That's Virgil.
Mhm.
I just
Or my
somebody
show
else
called
is
The
doing a
Hags.
show there.
Yeah, me and my Daniel Webb, we co-host.
Oh no, Mark Hayes, the Irish kid. He's doing a
Irish
show there on
D'Elia.
fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
Irish D'Elia.
yeah. Chris O'Leah is what I've been calling him.
I'm telling him that he'll love that. He'll love that.
Virgil's a great spot.
Yeah,
Good.
he
Where
just
is
asked me
that?
to do a show there. That's why.
Virgil in Santa Monica.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes
Close to
sense.
Silver Lake, yeah.
Virgil, yeah.
When you said that, I thought you meant the West Side Theater. You know, is that what it's called?
West
the West
Side
Side
Comedy Theater, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be on the
That's
west side, not the east side, Eleanor.
You said West,
said east
didn't you?
side. Yeah,
Oh
east.
shit,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
yeah.
East. I was thinking. I literally went right to that Santa Monica one.
I've been there twice in my life.
This is
the
wild.
west side
I
one.
want to see how you would do on like an East Side like hipster show. You'd kill. They'd love you.
Yeah, the East Side. I
Yeah,
don't.
I
think,
don't know.
I don't know about that. That's a tough one.
Well-
Silver Lake.
Because they're sensitive. They're very sensitive over there.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm the one person who has no problem with people being uptight because that is who we attack. And if everyone in the audience is that person, then we just
Right
have a
on
full blown
brand.
war.
There we go.
Then that's it.
Yeah.
That's,
So you just
That's
go
how it
for
works.
Yeah, I mean, if someone invites me to do a show, I'll go do it. But there will never be a time in my life where I ask someone to be on a show.
Right.
I
I
just don't-
normally
I just can't
never
do it.
do, unless I need to work something out. That's,
Even then,
Yeah.
like if I'm doing like a 5-minute.
I would
For
rather.
Bill Burr, you didn't even ask people.
I
I did. I asked
did. I asked.
everybody.
they go. They said, "Hey, so you got to send us a tape of you doing the material you're gonna do." And I'm like, "You guys want me to do material?" And they're like, "Yeah, you have to do bits." And so then I like spent like an hour being like, "What bits should I do?" And then I literally just got on YouTube and found an old video from the Comedy and Magic Club, and I just sent them that. And then they were like, "Yeah, that works." I'm like,
Did you even
"Oh."
do those jokes?
I hadn't done those jokes in probably
We went in the.
6 years.
Didn't
I ended
we
up
do
doing
it in
some
the
of them.
OR? and send it to them. Didn't we both make an audio clip? I
No,
remember doing the potluck here.
I sent him a clip, and then that Rachel, wasn't that her name?
Yeah.
Rachel sends me an email back, and she's like, "How long ago is this?" Because I look like I look like I was like 22 years old. I was probably like
Right.
28 or something, but I'm just like, oh, whatever. This is the only video I have. I'm not gonna make someone record me. That's embarrassing.
We
That's
did just audio.
crazy.
I did just audio because I was like, I don't know how to edit things, and
Yeah.
the only thing I have is a dirty tape from Showtime. So I just
Ancient.
went and
Both
did.
of you.
Yeah.
This is
I was like,
I have
"Oh."
no ability whatsoever to do anything involving
We are the
the
worst.
internet.
We are the worst with that.
I have a TikTok, but only because
That's-
Sosis made one and puts up videos of me.
Are you killing on it?
I
Killing
doubt
it.
it. I think there's probably like 6 people that
I
watch
didn't know
it.
that. I'll follow you. I think
Thank
I
you.
have
will
6
I did not
followers.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
You
idea
have
what's
real
on it.
followers. I have like 20. I don't push it. I don't
I
get
don't know
on
if they're all
that.
real.
I mean-
I have followers, but they're not.
How
real.
many followers?
512,000.
See? That's
Damn.
a lot.
But they don't transfer over to anything else. They will not go to Instagram, and I'm like, "Ha, you go to Instagram." It's like, "You are stand up," and I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't. I like.
Do they come to shows?
Some do, but if I force them to go on Instagram,
But then they
Right.
want Marcy.
they won't mercy.
If they
Or
find
they'll
you
DM
on
me. Creepy guys will DM me, "Hey, Marcy, I saw your video." I'm like, first of all, my name's not Marcy at all. It's Steph.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And it's like really old. Like one guy had like a Confederate flag in the background. He's like, "I'll put you on my bed and I'll show you what's what." I'm like, "Yeah, you'll rape me. That's what you'll do."
Yeah, that's-
You'll,
he's
I'll
a-
go to Ohio and
That's a
it.
felony.
He's like,
That's it.
that is in fact the implication I was putting out there. You're like, oh,
God's sakes.
see, I
disguise it a little.
Yeah.
God.
I need
Yeah,
more
please.
weird people from Appalachia
Yeah.
sliding in my DMs.
I don't get any. I mean, I get some. I get some like I got a few dick pics recently. and
Oh,
I was
really?
Very excited about that. I never
Congrats.
get them.
Were they good? See, I get Marcy. I don't get anything from me. They
That's
think
so
I'm this
fucked
butch
up.
woman. I have zero. I
But-
got a good dick pic in a while. I had one guy say, "I loved your areola bit," and I was like, "What areola bit?" It's creepy for just to say just that. Loved the areola bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's odd
A lot
and
of-
very specific."
I mean, possibly triple entendre on that. There's so
That's
many
amazing.
possible meanings
Yeah.
to that comment.
I've gotten people saying, "Oh, I love that bit you do about the cats," and I'm like, "Cats? I don't do bits." They're talking about Jody Miller, so that works
Oh,
out.
That's
That
nice.
works out.
That is nice.
Yeah.
I get a lot of "Are you trans?"
Oh, me too.
Like daily. And I had someone yesterday on TikTok be like, "Take out your nose ring. It looks fucking hideous on you." And I laughed for 45 minutes. I'm like, what a specific weird thing to just comment like 3 of my videos. Like, we're so mad. Like, it's still in there, really. So I'm like,
Very fuckable face, with the exception of the nose ring. You're like,
Had
oh,
you
very
not
odd.
had that nose ring, I'd fuck your face.
Wow.
I think it was like a woman. I don't know. I get very weird comments on TikTok. A lot of mean.
But I think
I
everybody
didn't know
is
people
mean
were
on
mean
there.
on TikTok.
Oh, yeah,
Now
yeah.
I'm
This
getting
is
interested.
this is perfect for you because
This
they
might be
go.
I mean, when someone told me that Josh Nasser had a large following on TikTok, I go, never going to that stupid fucking pile of shit app ever in my life.
But did you hear? Okay, the Josh Nasser thing is funny because
Why? Wait a minute, Josh Nasser's funny.
No,
No, no,
something
oh,
involving him.
oh.
I said
Just wanted
he
to
has
make
such a
sure.
big following, but he wasn't showing his face in any of the videos. So I would see his stuff on my For You page all the time, but I had no idea it was him because he would just pull up to a car and say something, whatever, and the person would laugh or whatever and pull away. But no one knew who he was. So he had
Perfect.
he had like 2 million followers, and it was just like this is his voice.
This, yeah.
So someone told him to put his face on it now. So I just weirdly saw one where it's just like his it's like his face like saying something really quickly, then it pans back to what the actual video is. It's pretty funny. Like
Is
it's
it
just,
better without his face?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just like unnatural now the way they put it, but like I get why I think people
He
are
wants the
against face it.
notoriety of it.
Yeah.
Sure,
of course.
'cause they're like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh," they hear his voice and they're like, "I know that guy."
Mm-hmm.
That's
What
so
a
fucking
piece
weird.
of shit that dude is, though.
Do you not like? Do you really
You heard me. I hope you're watching right now, you pile of human trash.
is this real?
Yeah, I don't care for him. He's the one person that I refuse to interview on this podcast.
I did hear about the funny picture thing that happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do love to move it or take it out.
We
Do they
take it out. They take it out.
They
And
that use
if
the
you-
right pronouns.
If you see him pull into the parking lot, it is mandatory that someone immediately grab his headshot and move it to a different location because he will say something about it.
Really funny.
They have tortured him. And this being maybe even before you. He always
When I got here,
Did he
he
pass before you?
no, but he ran a
show
belly
on
room
Friday
show.
nights.
So
I think.
when I started working here, there were 2 nights a week where there was a crowd in any audience, and that was Tuesdays. They had the black show
Fat
in the main
Tuesday.
room, Fat Tuesday, and that was always packed. And then on Friday nights in the belly room, at one point it was Ahmed and Jay Davis that ran it, and then at some point they moved to a different location, and Josh Nasser took over. So when I started working here, Nasser was running this belly room show, and it was always packed, and there'd
it
be
was
like
pretty busy. He worked his ass off.
there'd be quasi-celebrities there, like there'd be like 2 of the Backstreet Boys are there tonight, and this is 2002.
But the
so-
backpack-
Yeah,
Street
it was like
Boys.
AJ and Kevin. You're like, ooh, why
Yeah.
are they
Which
here?
one?
Is
Creepy.
exactly right. But there was a good crowd, and so sometimes I'd get to like go up first. Like before the host even went up, they'd be like, "Yeah, you can go up," and I'm like,
like
"All
what
right."
they do now for door people.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay,
but
okay, yeah,
before
yeah.
we didn't have that. They
Yeah.
didn't have that.
Okay.
No way.
but it was
Mitzi
like the
wouldn't
only
go for that.
Yeah, it was the only shows I would do in the first year I was here where there was like a great crowd. Where I'm like, "Oh, this is what it's like to perform for human beings." But he was always he would always come down when I was working the back door, and he'd be like, "Here's a list. Make sure you check everyone in on the list. Make sure you know that they're supposed to be up there." And I'd be like, "I'm not fucking doing that." I was making $20 a night.
$25
from-
a shift.
It was terrible. Like it was completely illegal. But I was so excited to
We
work
have
here. I'm just
demons
like,
here.
Yeah,
Mids?
I'd be like,
All right.
"Yeah, I'd love to work here for less than minimum wage. That's a
Fuck.
great plan." And so I would never check, and he'd come down and be like, "Are you even looking at the list?" And I'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not." And then we'd go and tell the manager.
Nah, absolutely not. Did I say it was?
Yeah.
By the way, every door person we had at that point was the same way.
Yeah.
It was nobody different. It
Yeah.
wasn't,
Okay.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Dean, the manager, would come back and be like, "Bro, you gotta check the list, man." I'd be like, "I'm not checking the list. This is ridiculous."
It's never happening. It's
So
we're not even.
Nasser would complain about me enough to where I'm just like, "Fuck this guy," and then I got passed, and I didn't have to worry about like they
The
could
list.
fire me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, even if they fire me, I'm still a comic here." So then my confidence grew exponentially, and then it was like, you know what? Fuck that guy. He treats people like shit. And so
He
every-
did. He was a little wild. He
Okay.
was mean. He would be mean to my waitresses, and
Yeah.
I would lose my shit. And I'd be like, "Look, I'll work your room. You talk to me like that, I'm
He
gonna
would-
throw you
yeah.
out of this fucking club."
He was acting like he packed out the Staples Center every
Yeah.
night. And you'd be like, "Dude, there's 30 people. Is it packed? Yes, but it's
Yeah.
30 people. Like, what are you talking about?" So then it got to the point where it was like, you know what? We should try and ruin this guy's life. And so every time he'd go on stage,
Big jump there.
yeah, yeah,
Real
Also,
quick.
maybe you were part of it. Now that I'm remembering it.
he would go. He would get his stage time would start at the end of his show, and then someone like Ari Shafir or Steve Renazizi or someone would come down, and they'd be like, "Hey Argus, is it time for the Josh Nasser roast?" And then I would just in full character go upstairs and just walk into the room yelling in the middle of his
As
set
Argus Hamilton.
as Argus. And so Josh would be on stage doing whatever stupid bullshit he does that he thinks is comedy. And then I would go, "Hey, I'm here for the Josh Nasser roast." And then people would kind of laugh, and he would look mortified. And he'd be like, "Let me finish my set. Let me finish my set. You can finish your set when the roast is over, bud." And then I would just go up and say horrible things about him.
So you just ruined his set every
Yeah.
night.
Every day.
Every Friday. And then he wants to belong so badly. He would like sit down and just be like,
Try to take it. Try to take
Yeah.
it.
and then after he'd be like, "Hey, could you let me do my set next time?" And I'd be like, "Absolutely not, buddy." And then I would just go drink more because I was trying to slowly drink myself into a grave. And then that became the shtick.
Oh
So
my God.
It's pretty awful, and no one
Argus?
was watching.
I was like, yeah, this sounds so
Yeah.
mean.
And then that's why people have like fear of coming here because it was clicky, but also like I'll just never forget Josh. Like it felt like he was just surrounded by everyone, and he was just screaming and having a nervous breakdown and yelling at everyone, getting it off his chest. Were you here for that in
Yeah.
the parking
Oh,
lot?
yeah.
It was tremendous, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, I can't. I can't.
We've broken.
But he
a lot
brought
of
it on
people.
himself from being so mean to them.
I'm so scared, now.
Dude,
Usually,
so
I'm
many
the one that
people.
hates people. I'm like,
We
oh
like you.
God, oh God.
No, we.
Not you for now.
There was, trust me, it starts with hatred. So there's never a
Hatred
time
is
where we're like,
love.
give them a chance. It's just immediately hatred, and then you're like, all right, they're fine.
But when
But
somebody's
that's rare.
when somebody's an asshole to everybody, and
Yeah, well,
they
no,
would
yes.
usually go
Yes.
after the person. It wouldn't just be a random.
There was
No,
this.
no,
Wouldn't be no reason.
Yeah.
There would have to be.
There was
We're gonna
yeah.
fucking.
There's this other dude named Dusty something, this weird squirrely looking ginger, and he would come up here. I guess he worked here at one point before I did, so he'd come back up here and he'd like try and make fun of comics, but I didn't know who this guy was, and obviously I'm making fun of people at that point, but I'm not okay with someone I don't know making fun
Right.
of these people.
Yeah.
So then one day I'm like, what's this fucking guy's deal? And this guy named Caparillo's like, I used to work here. He's kind of annoying and blah, blah, blah. I go, do people like this guy? And he's like, no, not really. And I'm like, cool. And so then, like 3 days later, he shows up and he starts doing something. I'm like, shut up, teabag. And
Oh, teabag.
Teabag.
That's it.
and he's like, why are you calling me that? I go, dude, I asked around. People said they call you teabag. And he's like, no one calls me teabag. I'd be like, shut up, teabag. So I just keep doing this one night. And then this guy who also worked here named Mark Hatchell is like hanging out. And Hatchell, best hair in the business.
Excuse me.
He,
Like a supermodel.
he's like,
Oh.
why are you always fucking with that guy Teabag? And I'm like, it's not even his nickname. I just said it and it
I made
upset
that
him.
up.
So
It's such an asshole move.
so then he's here one night. He starts talking shit, and then I'm like, Teabag, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, can I talk to you in the parking lot? I'm like, yeah, what do you want, man? And he's like, no one calls me Teabag. Stop calling me Teabag. I hate it. It's annoying.
Hate it.
I go, man, someone honestly told me that your nickname was Teabag.
Sticks to it like a dick.
And he's like, well, no one calls me Teabag,
God.
so stop it, all right? It's fucking pissing me off. I go, I get it, man. And then Hatchell walks around the corner and he goes, hey, Teabag's here. And he's like, what is the Teabag? And then he stormed off and I never saw him again.
Oh,
Never,
wow.
ever.
Wow,
Yeah.
you really are breaking people here.
That's what it's all about.
You're
Hey,
the
man.
pure bully. Okay.
You got kind of. He's
Yeah.
the
Okay,
American bully, if
okay,
you will.
Yeah, I mean,
American
Fucking
bully.
Dusty.
plug for the album. There you go.
I
There
got,
you go.
I
That's
got,
how you do it.
I got the original Jimmy of Jimmy and Joey, the duo we were
Yeah,
talking about
that
earlier.
You also hate.
The original Jimmy quit comedy after Danish and O'Neill and I interrupted every set they did here for 2 years.
God.
And
I'm so glad I started now. I'm like, oh, fuck.
We're like, oh my God, thank God. It's almost corporate there.
Every ti-
like,
God.
they're
every time
not
I'm
allowed
like-
to do that now.
every time I go, man, how have I not had any breaks? And I'm like, oh, I burned every bridge. That's
Every
right.
bridge. Just,
That's
no,
right.
I will say if someone was a fucking, I have a long list.
yeah.
I have a band list for my old show. I used to run a show called Skits on Skid Row, a horrible show, and I started doing a band list for no reason. You
Yeah.
do
Gets on
what-
Skid Row.
Oh, it's a horrible show. The homeless people. One guy hated me. A homeless guy would call me a cunt every time out of his tent. He's like, the cunt's talking. I'm like, here we go. Bad show. So I would ban people whenever. One thing. You do one thing to me
You're
once.
banned.
I don't. There's
Yeah.
no second chances. It's too
Yeah,
much.
I
That's it.
agree.
So I'm like, if one thing, if like I met him like that and he was an asshole to me, I would have been.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in true justice, and I also believe that I'm the only one who can hand it out. If I don't do it, no one will.
That's,
So yeah, when I used to smoke pot all the time, I was in charge of making sure that whenever the riffraff walked behind the building, I would just be like, "Are you supposed to fucking be here?"
in our sacred ground,
Yeah.
like
And
the
all that.
sacred ground in the back.
Yeah.
And then
Really, it's only supposed to be comics, comedy
Yeah.
store comics.
Yeah.
And
For a while, then it would just be random people
Whomever.
who hung out but weren't comics here, and it would just be annoying because I was smoking my pot with people. So I don't mind getting 5 or 6 people stoned, but then there's like 10 people, and I don't know half of them. I'm like, time to clean the fucking house. And so I just be mean,
the
tell people like,
sweeper.
you're not welcome here. Nobody wants you here. And so then people would leave, and then everyone would be like, well, that was kind of mean. I'd be like, oh, did you guys want me to be here? And they'd be like, well, no, but
yeah, no, we didn't need.
Then
I
they
don't
get.
think you're not supposed
Yeah.
to just tell them that. I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
I thought that's what we were
I think
doing.
I'm on the spectrum. I don't know if that's a thing yet.
He's wearing like a crossing bar badge. I'm the manager back here. You
Yeah,
can't come back here.
Assistant
that's-
manager of the alley behind the comedy store.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
needed to be done, to
Yeah.
be quite honest. But then some of those people got famous, and you bring up, hey, how come you never perform at the Comedy Store? And then they get the shakes, and they just walk away.
And they're
like, hey, man, sorry, sorry about that Twitch.
Have you
What-
met that
Did that
fucking
happen?
prick?
Did that happen in the late '90s or early 2000s?
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
so
it
good.
it was the inmates were running the asylum.
Yeah.
Fuck.
100%. There was nobody. I was basically
Eleanor
not
ran
fully
things.
in charge, but I was.
I was an open micer, and Ari, Shafir, and Dave Taylor and Steve Renazizi were like, "Hey, we need a new doorman. Would you be interested in doing it?" And in my mind, I'm literally like, "Checkmate. Guess who the biggest star in Hollywood's about to be?" Not realizing that 19 years later, I would be hosting the Comedy Store podcast that no one on
no one
earth is
likes
listening
us.
to. And
That's not
but
true.
we-
People listen.
we got
to us.
30 or 40 listeners by
I think
now.
so.
But yeah, it was a weird time, and so I told him I was interested, and then fucking Eleanor came out. And she was like, "So you want to work here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "What's your name?" And I was very clever as an open micer, so I went by Dick Ingram because Dick is a funny name.
It is.
Isn't it?
honestly, it
Hey,
is.
Jim
It
Varney.
means penis.
It is.
was you.
Yeah, it was you. That was your idol.
Dick's a funny name. But Eleanor quickly corrected me. She wasn't putting up with my bullshit. She was like, "Do people really call you that?" I go, "I mean, they do here." And she was like, "I'm not calling you that." I'm like, "Oh, I go by Rick."
Full blown
Or
cut.
teabag.
Yeah,
But-
Capital
T-
cut.
I will go by Teabag, and I will not be upset about it. Teabag, listen, if you're
Teabag with
listening,
my
you are
name.
still not welcome here. I know it's been 12 years since we ruined your life. You've probably
my
been dead
God.
for 8, but you're not
Oh,
welcome
he's
here.
definitely dead. Yeah.
No way that guy.
I mean,
fucking
we
lived on.
had like so many misfits here, like Davey Wester. You know Davey Wester? Okay, so he's handicap-ish.
He's got cerebral palsy.
Right. So, one time there was a comic, an outsider comic, who called him retarded.
Yeah.
And Katie
By the way,
Seabury.
the outsider comic was an open micer named Micah, and we coined his name
I was
Open
trying
Micah.
not to put his
Yeah,
name
his
out
name was
there.
Micah James, and he was a total piece of shit. But we used to call him Open Micah.
You remember we
and-
met his sister, and
Yeah,
she was like,
the
"I'm so
best.
sorry.
Yeah.
My
She goes,
brother's
"You guys
an
know Micah
asshole."
James?" We were all like, "Yes." And she was like, "He's the worst." We were like, "Thank God we can like you."
Well, our
So
wage.
Micah said something about, "Yeah, as long as they got fucking retards like you working here." And we're all just like, "Whoa." Because
You don't
that's,
talk-
that's our guy.
Yeah.
And then when Katie Seabury came out
Katie-
of nowhere, she was like, "He's a fucking retard," and she beat the shit out of
She
him.
punched him
Oh my
square in the face and just like laid him out. She goes, "Fuck you, Davey's a fucking retard." And we're all just like, "Yeah."
And she was just a waitress who
She
beat him up.
liked to drink.
She's still,
yeah.
still known
401 Katie.
in our hearts forever
That's
as
so
Drunk
funny.
Katie.
That's
Every
so
time someone's like, "Remember Drunk Katie?" I'm like, "You don't forget Drunk Katie."
Nobody forgets drunk Katie.
I saw her getting fucked in the bathroom twice here.
And then while she was getting fucked, she goes, "You're not gonna shut the fucking
Shut
door."
the fucking door.
I like Drunk Katie.
Yes.
Amazing.
She's
one of the
one
greatest
best
people.
human
Oh
beings
my
ever.
God.
Like, truly a good human, but just the most intoxicated female I've ever seen, and from Boston. So those two just.
Yeah, that's a
It's
compliment.
They
a
just
riled
go
up-
hand in hand and beautifully together.
Beautifully together. That
Hey,
might be me one
fucking
day.
country.
Might be
Is
me.
your Epic special still running? I mean,
I think
Is
so.
Epic still a thing?
After my set? No,
No,
they
they closed it down.
Yeah, they had to close down the entire business.
I
Hey,
fucking
they-
love Epics. I'm kidding. Honestly,
no,
one of
I
the
will
best
say
channels
Chris
out there.
Albrecht run Epics. Do you know who Chris
No, I
Albrecht
have no
is?
idea who
Okay,
anything is.
He might be the head of that because he was putting comedy on there. He put The Sopranos on HBO.
Okay.
What a
I will
fucking
say that
loser.
it's
Man,
called
right
unprotected
there. Oh, you
sex.
don't like
it's
The
good. It's a
Sopranos?
good thing.
We've talked about this before. So The Sopranos is a pile of garbage show.
God. He doesn't like Rocky.
I've never
I
seen
can't.
The Sopranos.
Hey, maybe you
You're
want
Canadian. I get it.
Maybe
No,
you want
it
to see a
makes no
show about
sense.
Italians, because we're fucking Italians on the East Coast over here. That's every character.
Then I don't
Stata
want to
Zis.
see it.
That's not real.
It's James Gandolfini.
It's so
who
phenomenal,
is
it's
amazing.
uncomfortable.
He's literally amazing. I'm watching just like, this is a fucking clinic of acting.
Yeah.
And then every other character is like, "Goo, goo, goo, ee," and you're like,
That's not
"Why
true.
are
The
these
mother was
characters here?"
phenomenal. Edie Falco's fucking brilliant.
I don't recognize
Edie,
the women.
Oh my God, my brother-in-law watches and he goes.
I focus on the terrible men.
Literally, shout out to my brother-in-law Gus. He watches The Sopranos and he mutes it when the women come on because they
Dude,
get on his nerves.
One of the guys is the dude from Bruce Springsteen's band. And
Yes.
he's like the worst actor of all time.
No, but that's it's so perfect. You don't even know it because you're not familiar with the people.
Agreed.
Come to South Philly and you'll be like, oh my God,
If
Sopranos is
If
brilliant.
people in South Philly are like the Sopranos, I'm not coming there.
Please
Period.
come there.
What you
Just because we got a Cadillac with your name on it.
I can't do it.
How about Rocky? Do you like Rocky?
Yeah, I like Rocky.
You don't like Rocky?
It's a trash movie with a
Fine.
trash
I mean, I've
actor.
seen it once. It's fine.
Whoa,
I don't
whoa,
know.
whoa.
That see,
What
I
kind
can
of
put up. I can
sacrilege
deal
is
with that.
this?
I watch the same thing over and over. I don't know what to tell you. I've watched
do you
Arrested
watch?
Development probably 15 times
That's
through.
excellent.
have
I
a
like
problem.
Arrested Development.
I'm watching Law & Order SVU right now. I have issues. I just watched.
I can watch those, but then I'm like, all right, now I want to kill somebody.
Oh, no, it's depressing. Yeah, it's really. I was just watching one before I came here.
That's what I think.
Mother
I'll
got
freak
raped
out.
and
I
killed.
start,
Yeah,
I
it
start
was-
getting, and I'm like, all right, or I'll go to the grocery store late night. I'm like, I'm gonna get raped by that guy. I'm like,
oh,
will
yeah.
I enjoy it or will I not?
I'm not
Like,
sleeping
how
well.
lonely am I? Like, you gotta ask.
I'm not sleeping well.
I spent most of my formative years watching Unsolved Mysteries reruns and then laying in bed being like, tonight's the night I die. And just hear Robert Stack fucking. And Rick Ingram was never seen again. Terrifying.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
like that. So those are your favorite.
But no, well, Arrested Development is my hands-down favorite, and I watch a lot of It's Always Sunny. I watch the same like sitcoms over and over.
I can't watch it. That's one show
Which
that
one?
a
It's
lot
Always
of people
Sunny?
are like, it's a great show, and like I want every character on that show to die.
That's the best
Rick.
part. You hate it
agree.
too.
I just
my
don't
favorite.
get it.
Fuck.
I've watched 2 episodes.
And I'm
so
from
I haven't given
Philadelphia.
I
They're from
can't-
the suburbs.
yeah, what
I'm
the
from South Philly.
fuck?
I just
Different.
can't deal with them.
Oh,
All of
no.
the
It is a little
characters.
different.
They're horrible.
The little annoying squirrely guy from that show. They put him in movies for a little while. All those movies.
The
were
voice,
terrible
the high
too.
pitch.
Charlie Day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like
that's the
this.
guy.
You can't.
And sometimes he's funny.
And
Ish.
knock off Eleanor on that show. She's trash too. Whatever that lady's name
I
is.
like her though, but I just can't get into It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch a lot in a row because it is really negative and they are really awful. But that's
Something,
what's so good
something's
about it, 'cause they're
off.
so
And maybe
fucked.
it is good. And also, I watched it when I was at a really low point in my life, and I was with a friend who was going through a horrible thing.
That's
so
not it. I've
'Cause my
watched it.
mom-
I've been peaking my whole life and I didn't enjoy it. So
my mom watched. She was getting my dad and her were separating, and she was just low, whatever, 10 kids. Now she's a single mother with 10 kids, right? Her best friend took her to see Young Frankenstein. Brilliant,
classic.
excellent movie.
Yeah.
My mom was like, this isn't funny. And then she had to rewatch it like 10 years later. She goes, oh my God, this is hilarious. But it had to be
Yeah.
her,
Yes,
obviously
She
her.
wasn't
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
that
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
sweet D
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
And
How
when a-
dare you?
when a lady
My mother had sex 10 times. She
when a
told
lady's
me.
not getting the
10
man
times.
juice.
She told you that? No.
Yeah. She had 10 kids. She had
Well, yeah, no,
sex
yeah.
10 times.
And then that's it.
And I'm
She
like,
said-
Mom, you had a miscarriage once. She
Yeah.
goes, 11.
Yeah,
I had
she-
sex 11 times.
The rest of it she considers fucking.
When they
sorry to all the Kerrigan brothers out there. I didn't mean to joke
Yeah,
about your
that's
mother.
who
in that
they
listens
are
way.
to
going to
this.
fuck
Yeah.
her. Yeah, they do. They do. And
3
then
of our
they-
30 listeners are her brothers.
And they DM Rick.
And
Aw.
they'll be like, really funny joke about Eleanor on the last episode. And I'm like, it was all good fun, guys.
Yeah,
So come on down to South Philly, Rick.
She's
We got some
literally
sawed-off
Yeah,
bats
you
for you.
all of them. Every time someone will be like, what's Eleanor's brother's name? I'm like, just remember the fucking Matt Damon and Good Will Hunting. Jimmy, Johnny, Mikey, Brian, Tommy.
It's
Yeah.
close. It's Tommy, Jimmy, Johnny, Billy, Bobby,
Wow.
Charlie.
Wow. And Charlie.
Wow.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Fucking
was
all
texting.
American.
I know. Wait, there was one question I started asking people, but I don't know if we did this to Ari. But what if comedy was gone? What would you do?
Oh, fuck me.
You heard it here, folks.
The
Fuck
adult
her.
film industry, solo stuff.
Oh, yeah. Just
Labias
straight-
are us.
Yeah, that's it. Just
Labia.
two googly eyes on that thing, and I'll have a fucking. No, I always my mom is a Highland dancing teacher.
I'm sorry.
Scottish
Scottish
dancing.
dancing.
I did it
That's
my
like
whole
river
life.
dance?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did my whole life.
Highland?
Very strange. Yeah, kilts and bagpipes. And my mom, when I was growing up, I would help her teach, and I taught some of her younger kids.
Wow.
Pretty good at it. So I think if I had
Is it the same
dancing bad,
flaily
teaching
legs?
bad. Yeah, but it's turned out. So river dance is all turned in, and
Oh, you
Highland
guys are
is all turned
pigeon
out.
toed?
No, we're
Oh,
all
pigeons in.
pigeons in out. So everything's turned out, and it's like you jump a lot, and we use arms. I'm not gonna do it, but it's.
Oh, please
Look, I
flail,
gotta
Rick.
get drunk Katie to do it or whatever it is.
I'll
Otherwise,
fucking,
yeah.
I'll river
Eleanor,
dance
I'm
right fucking
Irish,
now.
but I'll fucking show them how to do it. Fucking Irish know how to do it.
I'd maybe do that. I don't know if I had like right now just to fucking do something.
Yeah.
I knew I would be able to maybe do that, but I don't want to do that.
No,
If
yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do comedy, I think I would. The only other thing I could do is just try and ruin other people's comedy careers.
Avi.
I assume.
But wait, comedy's gone.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's
I think
abolished.
comedy's gone for me, but other people's comedy is going on, and my job's now just to ruin that, bring them to my level.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, Rick. That's
Yeah.
that works out.
I mean, you seem very good at it.
Thank you.
You seem like you're very good at ruining.
Listen,
Tell us
it's
who
a
hurt
passion
you.
project.
Tell us on the puppet where they hurt you. Where did they touch you?
Well, what else is in the news?
Jesus,
can they see
Argus.
that?
I knew you were a devil. That does look like Argus.
It
a
kind
little.
of does, yeah.
What is this puppet? Whatever.
Dick
Well,
Cheney. That sounds like something Hillary should have around Bill. Okay, have a good night, everybody. This next comic's a young pup.
Oh, Argus, you're so funny.
Have you ever seen? You guys. It's Canadian. It's called Mr. Dress Up.
No.
There's this guy. He'd like that had this big treasure thing, and he'd take things out. Anyways, there's one puppet on it that reminds me of Argus.
Mr. Dress Up.
Yeah, he's a little puppet, and it looks exactly like him. Can you pull it up on this? Maybe you can find
He's
it.
looking. He's.
My
I was
God.
like, maybe you can
I've never
find
seen
it.
him like typing like that.
Yeah, there's one puppet who does remind me of Argus.
Wow.
That's exciting for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Is the puppet
Recent
dead? No, I'm kidding.
facelift.
No, it's just
Face
like a,
melting
Bars.
off. All right, so the other night I'm driving home, and I'm driving down Sunset in
Face
Beverly Hills, and Argus is running
Always
down
funny.
Sunset. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and he's out jogging. He's got like
A
knee-high
sweater
socks
vest.
on. I mean, he literally looks like someone just got out of a fucking
AAB.
like
Oh
a,
yeah, there he is.
like a yacht club. Oh yeah, that
Kind of
is
like
it.
him.
Yep.
Does it kind of look like him?
Two things before I go.
Like younger.
One, Mitch has a great show for you. Two, I love you. Have a good night, everybody.
Actually, the eyes. No,
The eyes
it's
and the
him.
cheeks. It does. Doesn't he have like little red cheeks?
He's got
Yeah,
the
he
hair.
does. He
I mean,
does.
If it was younger.
Who is this pedophile? I mean,
Yeah, he definitely was. Look at him, Mr. Dress Up was his name, and he'd like do weird shit. Yeah, I mean, like, look, it doesn't look.
Isn't it amazing? Like, there's my hero, Mr. Rogers.
He was a
wasn't-
Canadian version.
He wasn't a
A lot of
pedophile, and they
people-
were furious. Like, they did a doc about him, and they were
They're
like,
like, we
"This
need
guy's
him to
fucking
be."
A
normal."
lot of people
There
say
he
that
is.
I remind him of Mr. Rogers.
You know,
Yeah, it's true.
No one's
Do
ever
they?
said that.
Yeah,
No.
like, no one's once
I'm
ever
trying
said
to
that.
rebrand, okay? Jeez,
Oh,
Steph
God.
blowing my
I
fucking
love
cover.
Mr. Rogers. I was in the Mr. Rogers
I like
fan
that just
club.
a random pic of the dad from Seventh Heaven
Yeah,
who
well,
is a
but
pedophile.
what was
really
that
burnt.
about?
Yeah, why was he so burnt? No, Reddy is there.
What is this? He's a real pedophile?
He is.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah, the dad
Yes,
from Seventh
that's
Heaven.
right.
got
Oh my
busted.
God.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Christian television.
No.
Yep.
He is Elijah.
No, what is this?
Yeah, he got in some
Seventh
trouble.
Heaven,
I didn't know
Seventh
that.
Heaven pedophile is what you Google. It's the best.
That's perfect.
Wow, I did not know this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got.
This
I
changes
remember
everything.
that.
This changes what I'm
I'm s-
watching to
I'm-
masturbate tonight.
Yeah.
It can't be him anymore. Just stills of him.
Oh, it was him.
So no
Damn.
more. Damn it.
I thought I was like, wow, she's into weird shit. But you're saying, and you
So
thought
no
he was a
more.
decent
Oh
guy.
no.
Yeah.
Admits to sexual
oh,
assault.
the pastor dad in Seventh Heaven.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exposing himself to audio. You can hear him exposing himself.
It's the loud. It's
little girl.
It just hits the counter.
go to Seventh Heaven?
Is that dinner?
Oh
Ooh.
God.
Wow.
He's also in It's Always Sunny. He plays a fucking plays
Pedophile?
No, he plays
Oh.
the dad. Oh
in
my
Always
God.
Sunny.
Yes, he plays their estranged dad in fucking
Strange.
estranged. Was it estranged?
No, you're right.
Dennis and Dee's dad. His real,
I
their real dad.
believe you. I don't
Well, I'm
watch the
pissed
show.
now.
I
You
only
don't
saw
know.
2 episodes. One,
damn
he
it.
shit in the bed, and another one I
That's a good
could
episode,
barely
though.
think.
The poop in the bed's a fun
I
episode.
literally couldn't get into it.
if you can't get into a shitting the bed episode, it's a no
This
go
is
for
wild.
you.
I was just staring at it, and my friend was like, "What is wrong with you?"
The
And I'm
point
like,
is, the acting on Seventh Heaven was top notch, and you do
You're
what
not
you got
wrong.
to do to fucking own the role.
That's why
I don't
he's
like
so
how
red.
close
Yeah,
this
no,
is
this
to me. I gotta be honest.
gross.
Like,
Well, it's because you're a young pup. And
it's drying me up. Oh my
Yeah.
God, his no. Ugh, I don't
No,
wanna look at him.
that's gross. It's grossing me out.
All right, so what can we promote for you other than you like
Epics.
pedophiles and
I'm
dress
okay.
up?
I want to say, I will say
She has
I'm
an
happy
epic
I did
epics.
watch my stand up in the epics portion. The stand up looks good. I'm like, it's all obviously
Should
What
this-
you're
quarantine
saying is
material.
Listen
but
to the audience.
yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Do not look at me because I have no more money to put into my double chin. It's been burned away.
I
Too much
feel
acid is in my
terrible.
head right now. No more acid.
Did it hurt?
It hurt
I'm
so
sorry.
bad, and it bubbled up, and I was even bigger. So then I turned into a toad. That's why I would do it. I'll get you guys photos. You're not gonna. It's crazy. Don't look. Look. We can find it. Okay. Yeah. Find it.
Oh, look at that.
No. It'll be up here. Unprotected sets. There's gonna be a still of me, like a wet boiled ham.
Is that
That's
me?
all.
Oh no.
That's it. Is there unprotected
There's your
sets? No,
epics,
go to
and
unprotected. Ew, no. Okay, wait. Now I'm like.
Go back.
Ew, okay, melted ham in that. I would look bad on all these fucking things.
Look at that.
No,
but
these
I
are
like that
like-
you were like this.
That's why I hide the chin now.
Unprotected.
The next one,
sex.
yeah. Here we go. There's got to be a still of me in the audition chair. No, how is there not any?
Maybe you got so
She-
mad.
It was
maybe
it
you're-
was that image of that. That was the where it looked bad. Maybe I got it erased
Yeah, maybe your agent was
Took
on
care
it.
of it. Googled,
Honestly,
Googled
please.
out forever. You-
because
I think you look great.
Yeah, that's not it. That was something else.
It's airbrush.
Truly, I
this is
can't-
definitely airbrush, but it
No.
looks good.
Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah, okay. No. I always look like that. I have a mullet now. It's a lot. But look, I still look like a glazed ham. Like, I was sweating. Look how wet I am. Look, you can't get rid of that wetness, that sheen of
First
a
of
human.
all, the only thing I want to say is that America loves glazed ham.
That's not
so,
wrong.
I can't believe there's no
Yeah.
fucking
or,
images of it. It's
or
so
bacon, as you
bad.
call it in Canada.
What is that Canadian
This is
bacon,
crazy that
if
it's
you
not
will?
coming
Yeah.
up. This is absurd. It's not coming up. It's not there. It's not. It's.
You look like a
Wow.
black dude with dreadlocks in one of those pics.
Look, don't bring that up. I did do blackface for a
No,
bit.
no,
No,
no.
I didn't.
She's trying
I'm
to be
not the
prime
prime
minister
minister.
of
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm not him. No, it's not here, and it won't be on my Instagram because
just-
I scrubbed it.
This is one of the main things we talk about on this podcast is serious news.
Okay.
And what's your take? 30 minutes or less on the trucker situation going on
Oh,
in Canada.
it's so I think it's really fucked up. I think it's scary, and it seems very American.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you guys. You're
You're proud of us?
acclimating.
I feel bad
You're
for the
finally
people. Can we
catching
get this?
on.
We're still looking for my.
No,
Wait a minute.
disgusting-
Why? I love
Nothing
that.
says.
This is. Oh wait. No, I had a big double chin for the Bill Burr thing too. Look at that. Ooh, yikes!
Right
I looked
here?
at look at that.
Oh, the
Oh, that's a
Raiders.
big chin. Should have got the
No.
acid before then. Oh, I made a mistake. It was just me in a dog wig. Like this is absurd. This is why men don't stalk me. They see these photos. They're like, no, thank you. We're
Damn.
good. We're absolutely good. God,
Is
these
that
are-
Rachel? Yeah, Rachel Wolfson.
Yeah,
So
these
cute.
are. It's not
Oh,
here.
there's the
No,
Bill
that's
Burr.
a wet. That's another glaze. What is that?
Is that you and Moby? What's going on in that picture?
What is
I
that?
like
don't
this.
know
We could
what
just,
this
like-
is. No, this is too much. It's not coming up. I'm alarmed. I can find it on my phone easily.
I'm getting dizzy, but I
No,
like
I am
it.
too. I think it's too much, and I think did it work though? Because he ended all the lockdown's been lifted. I will say also like
A
Toronto, like,
lockdown of them just crossing the border. What do you mean? Or-
Canada was still on a crazy lockdown.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It was nuts. Like my sister just got off lockdown like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Like they had them back in.
shit.
Like we've been roaming around like they've had like nothing.
Yeah.
So I get it why everyone freaked the fuck out, but like driving to the Parliament building and like shitting and pissing all over Ottawa, like that's
Wow.
why do you hate Canada so much? Have you been there?
I've never been.
Do you
I have.
Do I what?
have a DUI?
No.
Oh, okay. That's usually why Americans don't.
Oh,
go.
no, I'm pretty sure they would let me in. I just have no desire to go, I suppose. I would, honestly, I would probably go. And my hatred of Canada is solely based on 1990s pro wrestling.
Okay.
And
Oh,
So-
now it makes sense.
Okay.
America stopped being at war for a good portion of the Bill Clinton years, and wrestling was like, well, what do we do? We literally are based completely on fighting stereotypes of Middle Eastern people
Right.
and Russians.
Okay.
So then it turned into America versus Canada, and I was like, fuck it, I'm
Blame
in.
Canada.
And then I saw a Canadian die at a pro wrestling event.
Yes.
And that was pretty much.
Oh, really?
That was the end of it for me.
There
That
they
wa-
are.
Only,
That's it. Did
only
he actually
person-
die?
Yeah. he
Yeah,
actually
literally.
died. Fell
It was-
fell from the roof into the ring and died. And
Right there on TV.
Right there. Owen
And
Hart.
he was there live.
Brett
he
the
was
Hitman
in the
Hart's
audience.
brother. I was, yeah. I was like 20 rows from the
No wonder this.
ring. That's there's
Wow.
his body as they.
There's
Oh
Rick
my
roasting
God.
him.
I'm dressed as
You
a police
pussy.
officer
Yeah.
here.
He's
Get
like,
this maple
this is the problem
piece
with
of shit.
Canadians. Yeah.
Is this guy blowing him?
If
What
he
the
had been
fuck?
Yeah,
in the
that's
main-
how you revive Canadians.
That's the number one way.
Wow.
That's how you revive Canadians.
I
if
did
you
not
give them,
know that. That's good to know because he
You
is
got-
blowing him.
His penis is
Am
frozen.
I crazy?
It looks like he's got like a jewel magnifying glass, and he's like checking out for the penis.
Is that
it
are
there?
Canadians not
This
hung?
is
'Cause he's
crazy.
like-
Not the ones I've been with. No,
Eleanor, it's very cold there. And
yeah.
Don't you judge?
as Dice used to say, on a cold, snowy Chicago day. Go, 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 go,
Ew,
go.
why do you remember that? That's so funny.
Because
Wait,
it's a
what was
weird
that?
thing
Yeah.
to
I
say.
didn't know
is.
about this at all. This is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now I see why you hate.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a lot
my
of
hatred has already existed.
trauma.
I was holding a sign up that said something about like "fuck Canada." let the
And
nugget.
he saw it and he went,
yeah.
this day.
Yeah, hey, look at that! Yeah, on that day.
Oh
He's
my
like, look at
God.
that guy, and then slipped on some ice.
Did he
from the
sound
rafters.
like that when he?
Yeah.
Whoa! Is it the classic? Whoa! He did that for a while.
He was a
His
clown
mountain
having an
hat fell
orgasm.
off.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
What?
Are you doing dice
He was,
again?
he was doing the Varney on the way down.
The Varney is
Yeah,
gonna
the
be
real Varney.
best thing.
Itching your back is the Varney now.
But honestly, it's more or less because you can make fun of Canadians, and no one on earth has ever been offended
No.
by it. Even Canadians just smile.
Yeah, we don't really care.
Yeah, because
Right.
every Canadian thinks they're better than us. So it's like,
Do we?
Yeah, you do. Listen, we have a pretty strong track record of being one of the worst nations in the history of time, and you guys just
Very
sat up there
strong.
all nice, like, yeah, we're like the nice version of America.
Yeah. You know what? You might not be wrong.
Yeah.
I do think Canada's better than America. I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
everyone does.
Yeah.
And-
I'm not saying the people. I'm saying the country, like the
Yeah,
where it's very clean.
yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
You guys don't murder
Saying
each
LA's
other.
not clean.
Not a
in
lot.
mass
Philadelphia's
numbers all the
not
time.
Not a lot of
Beautiful.
murdering. Not a lot of school shooting happening up there. Yeah, we're
Philadelphia's number one in homicides. How dare you?
How dare
Congrats.
you? How
That's
dare
pretty
you.
good.
I was home contributing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I had a
hanging
feeling.
out.
Yeah, so it's gross that you're Canadian, but it's cool that you're here.
My next set's gonna be you.
In
This
conclusion,
fucking Canadian, though. My whole set.
I've given her 2 nice introductions, not knowing that she's from the fucking
Now
underworld.
I'm fucked
The
now. You're
underworld.
never gonna not give me
A frost
oh, yeah.
back, like you're
Oh,
a
yeah,
White
yeah.
Walker.
I'm
What is he
screwed
called?
now.
I mean, so many
this
names.
icicle chucking
Yeah,
pile of
yeah.
shit.
I'm fucked now. I already can't follow
By
you
the
now. I'm
way-
gonna go up and be like, yeah, he's right.
Give it up for old Acid Chin.
Some of the best crowds in Acid Chin in Canada. Some of the best crowds.
Yeah,
I've done
yeah.
Toronto. I've
Toronto's
done Ontario. I've done. Oh, I'm not answering. that.
Toronto's in Ontario.
I mean,
I was like,
no. What's the other one I did? Yeah. it's the
Winnipeg, Montreal,
best. No. House of Comedy. She's in.
Calgary, Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Vancouver. Okay.
Sorry. And then doesn't she just open BC?
I think it's on BC as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
So I haven't done that one yet, but I've done
You would destroy
the
these
River
rooms, too.
Rock Casino, the Red River Casino.
Yes, where
Red-
is that? That's in Alberta somewhere, right?
I think
think-
so,
I
or
don't-
BC. I'm not sure, but
Yes.
it's a casino, and it was fucking incredible. Because I'm expecting, it was my very first time being there, and we were there for less than 24 hours. I was opening for Dice, and we went in. He made me stop at this, you know how he loves to shop, this weird place. Let's go
What
buy
she says-
underwear. I'm like, okay.
Hey, let's go steal candy from
Everything was-
7-Eleven.
Right. Everything was written in Chinese. It was so we
It's
were like
racist.
panicked. I
Yeah.
was like, did we go to the wrong fucking place?
You're
You
probably
know?
Vancouver, yeah.
Then we go to the casino and it's all Indians, but like not the 7-Eleven Indians. You know what I
That's
mean?
racist.
Anyway, so
This
so
is-
I
this
mean
is
I was
racist.
I'm waiting for the white toothless hockey players. You know what I mean? Like my
Your bread and butter,
stereotypical
yeah.
brain.
Yeah. No.
I'm looking for the Broad Street Bullies,
No.
and then we go to the show and it's all Dice fans, like Italians out of nowhere. I'm like, what's happening
Are
up
you
here?
Italian?
Very diverse. I'm Bulgarian. It's even grosser. So
Thank
now
God. Thank God.
I was gonna say Bulgarian's the grossest one.
Why?
We're the butt of every fucking joke. Every movie, every TV show, it's always like Bulgarians. They always like.
Let's be real. We don't know anything about Bulgaria.
Exactly, that's a problem.
I
that's a
literally
good
don't
thing.
know one thing.
Yeah.
Trust me, I don't really.
I'll say this: they're a shade better than the Roma, the Romanian gypsy trash.
My
Got
sister
it.
just married a Romanian.
Ugh.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen,
Look how angry he got.
They are also
Romanians.
COVID deniers, so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
because they see the truth, Eleanor. Catch us in Austin sometime soon, where COVID don't exist because we're real men. Do you think they're gonna know who I was talking about just now?
100%.
Oh, okay, they'll figure it out.
They got it. I know you're speaking in Billy. You didn't get that? Nobody got that? Nobody watches Kanye West Meltdown?
No.
Well, Billie Eilish did a joke, or at her show, she was like, at my concerts, I make sure everybody's okay, which was like a dig to Travis Scott.
Right.
So now every time Kanye puts something out, he's like, I guess we're all speaking in Billy, because she said she wasn't digging on Travis, like it wasn't a dig.
God.
So
He has mental health problems.
no way.
Kanye?
What are you
He's
talking
fine.
about? He's wearing
He's
space
fine.
boots. He's fine. He's wearing the mask. I mean, he's at least doing the protocol.
Well, then we respect him.
See,
Then
he's
we
covering
respect
up.
him.
He was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
one wearing a mask at the Rams game or Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, he had a full fucking
Oh,
head.
fuck.
Where can we find you on social media?
Instagram at Steph Tolev.
No, you don't want any more TikTok followers?
you know
We have
what?
a big
Even
TikTok following on this podcast.
Your TikTok, is it
Yeah,
Steph?
It's
or
Steph.
Is it
It's all
Marcy?
Steph.
Okay.
It's all Steph Tolev. Yes, same thing. You follow me on whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm posting more on Instagram because I don't get flagged.
Right.
I can't post any of my stand up on TikTok because I get it's all community violations constantly.
Really?
I get flagged once a week almost, so I can only post like really stupid shit on TikTok, or like Marcy, who doesn't like say anything that gross. I like it's innuendos or whatever. But yeah, Instagram.
Okay.
My Twitter shit. I mean, if you want to just not see me tweet like once of that, I tweet like some
That was so
fat
funny.
woman. That's it. I'll leave it. That's it.
She
Nothing.
was like, I guess I'm in a new category.
plus size.
Anger.
Fucking
40.
that's 40 plus size. That's what? Fine. I'll take it.
Not good looking, all caps is what I've gotten on a couple of auditions where I show up, I'm like, why would you put that?
Oh, I got my first audition I ever booked in Canada. It said looking for a woman of 3 or 4 out of 10, and I booked it. Ugly Princess.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not even. This is that serious. I literally have a joke that bombed the day after you said I auditioned for a woman who looks like a troll, and I didn't get it, and I got pissed. I was like, I am a troll.
Yeah.
Give me the troll.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is fucked.
What are you crazy? I get horrible ones. I always go for men. I get them like I might get there. I'm like, oh, I thought this is for a male role. Like 2 roles I did.
Wow.
After recently, it's like it could be a man or woman, and it's all like Gary. It's like literally one of the roles like Gary. I'm like, I guess I'm reading for Gary today, because I'm like, this is not for a woman. This is not for.
Yeah.
Look, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be Gary.
Ugly Princess.
Call me in. I'm Gary.
Gary.
No, I don't want any Garys to call me, period.
Period.
But I'll come in to be
Period.
if you need me to be a Gary, I'll do it.
I'll be your Karen. I'll be whatever you need.
Appalachia. Okay.
All right, guys.
2 things before we get out of here tonight. Oh, all right.
Don't forget, Rick's. Plug your
Yep.
album. Let's do
I
it.
got album coming out on the 22nd. Will this even come out before then? It will? All right, so check that out. If you don't check it out, send me your address so I can come to your house and fucking ruin your life.
Wow.
You got it. See, that's the thing about salesmanship. You have to threaten them a little bit, and then I'll pull them back next episode by complimenting them. You know?
Next episode.
You did a good job, guys.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, that's it. Listen to my other podcast too.
Yes.
Rick Ingram Talks to Strangers, and you got dates coming up?
I'm chilling for a minute. I don't go out until late March.
Fuck
so
yeah.
I'll start promoting those later.
Yeah.
I feel like it. I'm doing the Nashville Comedy Festival with Kid Rock April.
Fucking bragger.
Me
That's
and my boo. People hate Kid Rock. I love you, boo.
Yeah.
Do you?
Does
don't
he
give a
listen?
shit.
Because you're
Kid,
a pile of trash,
how
Bob.
dare you.
Do you hear me?
I love
You
Bob.
hear me, Bob?
You would literally have so much fun with him. He's the
Are you
coolest
buddies with him?
person. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
that's
done
so
his
funny.
cruise a couple times.
Is that
That's so funny.
is that Dean Del Rey in a character? All right, I have to go do comedy.
Yeah, let's go do. Well, I'm not, but
I'm not absolutely.
yeah, same. All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're fucking hilarious. Welcome. We'll ruin you, but soon.
I'm so